How's everybody doing out there? This is the gray area, and we back one more time with L.D.E. It's your boy Ray E.
It's your boy P. Wills. What's happening?
And we got my man Pittman in the building.
What's up? What's up?
D. Mimms.
Hey, what's happening?
A Love.
What it do?
Noah.
What's up?
And Jamil. What's up, man?
What's happening?
How y'all feeling, fellas? We doing this league play thing, and you know, it's getting pretty interesting, I might say. First couple of games, you know, it was some solid people out there. You could put a target on their back and say, you know what, we're going after those guys. You know, and as we 3 weeks in, 3 weeks in.
Yep.
And you know, it's changed a little bit. You know, still some people coming from behind, but it's still some solid contenders out there. So, you know, let's talk about where we at, man. Jamil, we'll start with you, man. You know, how you feel about your team, man? Last time we talked, you know, y'all was talking about, you know, strategically. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be in it. Y'all in a good position right now. What y'all 2-1?
Yep, 2-1.
2-1. Some solid wins. We had some subs come in and everything. So how you feeling about your team, man?
We are gelling, man. You know, that first game, that was like a preseason for us because we never really played together. After that game, you know, we got the gelling, and we on the right track right now.
Okay. Noah, big dog, man. You know, we went into this underestimated. You know, I'm talking because we're on the same squad. We underestimated a couple teams, and you know, we finally decided to put a strategy together and try and figure out how to win, and we finally got one, man. How you feel about the team and what's going on with the league?
Yeah, when we first started, we kind of went into it without any real strategy, and I think that I put that on me. We weren't really utilizing our guys how they should have been utilized. We kind of got that together.
Yeah.
This past week, you know, we had good dialogue all week, and I think that was key. And when it came to game time, we actually went out and did what we intended to do.
Yeah.
So that was good. The first week, I don't really count that because he brought in a super sub. I'm still a little salty about that. That changed my whole plan against Rico's team.
Yeah, Rico brought in a super sub.
Yeah, the Sam Perkins that he brought, I ain't like that at all. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay.
Okay. All right. Mills.
What's
You know what I'm saying? You and your Pat, man, y'all was probably one of the most underrated teams.
No.
Wait.
Set it straight, Donnie.
Wait.
Press it out, man. Put the iron on it. We were not one of. We were the.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Y'all was
Say that in
most.
unison. We were the most disrespected, underrated team.
Capital T, capital H, capital E.
But y'all showed improved, man. Y'all showed that y'all tough, y'all got fight. You know, I expected Pat to score a lot more, but obviously he sacrificed to get the team going, and that showed pretty well. Y'all this week it was a little different though. You know, y'all was gelling the first 2 games, and in the last game, what happened?
You know what? It hit the fan. And you know what I mean? Instead of everybody relying on each other, we had people trying to step it up and spark, you know, create that spark.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's not our team game. You know what I mean? For one person to just go at it.
Who's that one person, sir?
We're going to keep
that.
It was He want me to single somebody out. I can't single somebody out because all 5 of us at one point, you know, try to step up a little too much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All 5 of us at one point. So, you know, that's not our game. Our game is relying on each other.
Right.
You know, play your individual game, but don't play it to where you selfish with it. You know?
Y'all got Donnie up here. Donnie gonna give y'all the correct answer for everything.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you just like it is.
All right, well, who was the person?
It was all of us. I know.
Let me ask you this.
Was all of us.
Was it one more than another?
No.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to get you the answer that you was looking for.
No.
No political correctness.
You want to hear us say that?
Inquiring minds.
Let me
I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear. You want us to say that it was Montgomery, but you know what? Montgomery's game.
He been carrying y'all.
Montgomery's game. I mean, if you think Montgomery's been carrying us, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know what? We won our first 2 games.
I'm just asking.
And then when everybody last week, what happened? We lost, and we lost big. You know what I mean? We got away from our game is on the defensive end, and we got away from it. You feel me? And we paid for it dearly.
You know what? I want to touch on that. If anybody hurt us, man, it was me, because I shouldn't have played, man, on my leg. Period. You know, I mean, I really wasn't.
Still put up 20 points.
Doesn't matter. I mean, on both ends. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I really couldn't even go to the cup like that. Wasn't explosive at all, and I should have just like set that game out. Period. So if anybody hurt us, man, it was me.
Okay.
Somebody else concur with you.
Hey, you have it from Team Pat.
Of course.
Hey, look, step up real quick, man. Come up to
Courtney
the mic,
Wood said
man.
that.
What it do?
You know what I'm saying? You know,
Two big boys.
y'all came through in the clutch with the win, and you know, this whole entire league, we've been having like sub problems. Like people just have not been able to either show up or it's just falling on a bad weekend. And y'all was one of those teams that had to pick up a few people and try and get that win. You know what I'm saying? So how you feeling about y'all team, man? You well, tell us who what team you representing.
Team
and then
Arnold. You know, I'm
Team
looking
Arnold.
for TA, man.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Arnold, man, the truth out there.
Okay.
He's looking good.
Yeah.
The first game we had a sub.
Okay.
B. Smith, young gunner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he kind of, you know, gunned us out. So
Okay.
we lost to Pittman, them, KK, them, and I was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Very much hot. You know, upset, man. We didn't play no D. We showed no character. We showed no heart. You know, I was just telling my team, like, you know, y'all posting pics of yourself working out at the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you out here, you ain't running back on defense. What's going on? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, you know, because I'm a voice. I'm going to say what, you know, has to be said for the squad. You know?
Okay.
And so it looks like everybody went back home that week. You know what I'm saying? We didn't talk. We didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
We showed up Saturday. Norton came.
Mm-hmm.
And we looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And we was like, okay, you know, everybody's kind of figuring out how we can play together.
Right.
I'm looking at Sultan. I'm like, man, you know, he's not playing where I need him to play. We don't have no big man. You know,
Okay.
every other squad got a post guy.
Okay.
Mill got Rhodes, Noah. With Donnie and them, they got Montgomery. With Pitt's team, they got Steve-O. You know what I'm saying? So we was the only team that didn't have a guy who wants to be in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, man, let me go home and try to figure out how can I get us an identity. Because a couple years ago, I was the bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I picked up Green. I was the captain one year.
Okay.
The last time we played.
Yeah.
I picked up Green. I made Green a first-round draft pick that he
Okay.
is today. You know, I was the one to see
You made
that
him the
he-
super sub that he is today.
I said, man, y'all don't see what Green out here doing. And so, you know, we was the bad boys that year. So this year I said, man, you know, how can I, you know, get us an image, a team, to where we can figure out what roles to play. Then I came up with the Detroit Pistons with Billups in them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I said, man, dudes, you be Rasheed, kind of play inside, outside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, Mike, we gonna take you off the ball. You know, he's better when he don't bring the ball up. You know,
Yeah.
He, you know, so we put him at Rip's position. You know what I mean? Pittman, Norton, you could be Tayshaun Prince. You know what I'm saying? The lefty. You know,
So
we just
you gave him the NBA inspiration.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
First, they get a team, they got a chip. You know what I
Right,
mean? So we
right.
like, okay, we go you know, let's pat on ourselves after this squad, and we kind of just took that, and we ain't looking back. You know, we demolishing whoever we seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not even trying to be funny. It's just it is what it is right now. You know, we be 5 players strong. We got the skinniest dude in the league, averaging the most rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pittman getting 16 boards a game. I mean, where E Rose in them at? You know, we played them this week. I just wanted to throw that out.
We'll see tomorrow.
You know,
E Rose coming back with a vengeance.
You know,
He's coming for 20,
I'm just
baby.
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
you
E
know,
Rose coming back with a vengeance. Y'all better
kick
Shout out
back
to E Rose. E Rose counts out every rebound.
Shout out, teammate.
Every rebound. Then be pissed when it ain't, you know.
on the stat sheet.
Shout out to E
when the
Rose.
email is off.
And it was off this week because they gave him double-double, and he really didn't get it. That's how
Man, worry
often
more
he
about
gets
that
it.
W,
Right,
dog.
right.
Who care about stats?
Right.
So, you know,
Right.
we just,
I care less about
we
that.
clicking at the right time. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
That's
I
good,
didn't
man.
realize Norton made a big difference like he does.
Okay.
You know, 'cause I've always went against these guys. I didn't want to even be on the guy's team.
Okay.
You know, before
Why not?
Before the draft even started, I said, you know what I mean? I want to run with Mill. I wanted to run with Pittman. You know what I mean? Like, it was some guys that I wanted to run with Rico. It was some guys that I kind of like felt like I wanted to run with because I knew we could match. I never really played with Mike, Norton, and Deuce. I always went against them guys.
Right.
So it was like, dang, I'm joining the enemy squad a little bit.
Okay.
But then, I get into playing with them, I'm like, man, I can appreciate these guys' talent. These guys got a little game on it. I'm always guarding them, so I'm feeling like, you know. But so I'm like, and then so just to see how we have, everybody can do everything. We have a squad full of, like your team really didn't have a point guard for a moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like our squad, we really have a squad full of, everybody can get the rebound and go. Everybody can really pass. Everybody plays D. So I'm feeling good about Team Marlon, man.
Okay. All right. Pitt. Man, y'all was the second since they was the first most underrated team. Apparently y'all was the second. And people talked about the team a lot because they felt like it was some
First of all, man, I'm about to do him how he was doing me last podcast. His team was not underrated at all, according to him.
Of course.
He felt like, his team was like the number one team.
He probably still feels that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're supposed to feel that way.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Okay.
But, like I said last time, man, everything looks good on paper. But when you get on that wood, it's a whole different game.
Energy. All right, Pitt. So tell us what's going on with the team, man. Y'all looked really. Y'all reached 100 points the first game. Y'all was out there balling, hitting everything. Y'all could shoot with your eyes closed, man. Y'all fell down a couple of games. Can you explain what's going on with with the league? I mean, with your team in the league.
I mean, the reality of it, it's a make or miss game.
Okay.
I got a team full of shooters.
Right.
Some games are gonna fall, some games it's not.
Right.
But I'll tell you, the majority, I won't say the majority, I would say all of our issues right now, they reside with me, without a doubt.
Okay.
Just my approach for this regular season of mixed play is not my same approach that probably where it should be.
Okay.
And it also is not going to be where it's going to be when it's time for elimination time.
Okay.
So I mean, with that being said, we're testing some things out right now as we go through these series of games, and as we get here into the tournament time, we'll be locked in. We'll be straight.
Okay. All right. There it is. Jamil, let's talk about who y'all match up against this week.
Team Arnold.
Team Arnold. Team Arnold. Let's talk about it, man.
What would you like?
You haven't played this team before. This is a league play. Obviously, we all playing these teams for the first time. Tell us about what you feel like is going to be your weaknesses against Team Arnold, if there are any, and tell us, you ain't got to tell us the strategy, but tell us how y'all plan to go out there and get the W.
No strategy needed. Weaknesses.
No strategy.
I mean, I'm not gonna post my strategies on Facebook.
For sure.
But
Hey, I think we all know what their strategy is. At least it was against our team.
Yeah.
There's a couple people on that team who don't even attempt to play defense. They just sit there at half court and try to wait for somebody to throw it down.
Who is that person?
You
talking about his team.
What's the youngest ball boy? LaMelo.
KK and Gary was at half court together, baby.
He pulled a LaMelo and just stood at half court to see how he points.
He was right with KK. They was at half court together.
I mean, hey, but that's one of those things. That was on us. We didn't make the proper adjustments.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now I ain't really tripping again. That was sure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Get your self-esteem built up here at non-elimination.
You know what? When you lose by 5, you can say something like that. Y'all lost by 30.
Hey, I can say something.
You said 13 or 30?
30.
Ooh,
Because
3-0.
that would sound even worse if y'all match up against us in the tournament.
I know that's right.
Y'all got to match up against us. Seem like.
Call it what you like.
Call it I see it, baby.
Hey, but the playoff meet will be there.
Got to be more careful. Anywho, we playing Team Arnold tomorrow.
Do you see anything that's going to be like a big hindrance to y'all, to y'all win? Who y'all going to be looking to lock down?
I mean, we're going to make sure we stay on top of Arnold and Norton.
Okay.
They don't have a post presence. Everyone likes to shoot, so we're not worried about the post. We're just going to play tight defense, man.
Okay.
If I could touch on that, right?
Okay, yeah.
I just think earlier, my man Love was talking about how everybody had a little bit of post presence. And he said that sometimes was their post presence. You're saying they don't have one. You saying
Sultan shooting threes, man. Sultan's
hey, the listeners want to know.
Didn't have one.
No. He said every team had one.
Except
Oh, okay, my fault.
didn't have
My fault.
Yeah,
My fault. Maybe I heard wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I just
Okay.
want to make sure I'm on the right
Okay.
track.
Right, you doing right.
Love, I got to give you a chance to defend Team Arnold, man. Y'all going against Team Abdullah this week, and anything that you see that you're gonna have to strategically plan on putting a stop to, because they on the road right now.
Man, they got a great team. Pooh, I've been one of his biggest cheerleaders of the season because that's my guy.
Okay.
And I told everybody he was
Shout out to Pooh.
one of the better
Pooh, baby.
guards in the league, and it took him a
Okay.
little time to kind of get flowing. But the last 2 weeks he been getting 18 to 20, so I'm happy for that. That won't happen tomorrow. The 18.
Okay.
I expect we expect the guys to do what they do. Jamil gonna do what he does. Rhodes gonna do what he does. We're not worried about the little guy. Duke. Duke's my guy. He's the league vet. You know what I mean?
League vet.
Shout out to Duke.
I feel like the knees getting old. You know what I'm saying? The knees is, I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping
Yeah.
100. That's my guy.
Okay.
And so, I'm thinking maybe, if we can keep it close, 7 minutes, 8 minutes down the road.
If we can keep it close, he said.
Yeah, because I'm gonna give them some props.
Nervous.
These guys can play. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. We do spank boys as well. We haven't had a close game.
Okay.
We've lost big and we won big.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I still want us to have one of them grit and grind games.
They reached 100 points on y'all that first game.
Yeah,
man.
it
That was
killed us, man.
What
No,
do
it
you-
wasn't y'all. It was
Yeah, it was it. Yeah.
It was Pittman, man. They blew us at the gym. He had a sub. Now his boy, came in looking like he wasn't gonna be nothing, and he was, he was real good.
They rope-a-dope y'all.
Yeah,
See,
man.
if you've been in the league, this ain't his first time playing.
Yes, I didn't know the guy.
Yeah, they rope-a-dope y'all.
He was real good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He made a big difference. And then us not having Norton as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's made a big difference.
You
'cause-
got him.
No. Let's keep it.
Y'all had a good sub, too,
I'm
though.
gonna keep it all the way real about that matchup.
Who's Brian?
Here's the
The
reality was
yeah.
your sub. This I'm gonna keep it all the way real.
Yeah.
Your sub that game was significantly better than the person that he
That's
subbed
real.
for. He was.
That's real.
He's younger.
Scoring wise.
All the way around.
No,
He's in shape.
I won't give it to him all the way
He
around
plays
because his defense
like-
wasn't as good. His rebounding is not as good. His passing is not as good. We would throw that guy the ball, and then he was going.
At half court,
You know what I'm
at halftime, it was like a 4-point game. He kept
He
y'all
got
in
in
the
the
game.
lead. Yeah,
He kept y'all in the game.
Yes, he did.
So to say,
Yes, he
the
did.
young boy,
Young boy.
Brandon.
Little Smitty, that's my guy. Little
to
Smitty, that's my
say,
guy.
to say he did anything, he helped y'all. Because it would have been uglier earlier. But now let me get to my stuff.
The facet of the game. Go ahead.
Here's the reality. Hey, my boy Grant, shout out Grant.
Grant,
Hey,
shout out, boy. You was a nice time.
Grant.
He ain't had no triple
Grant
double.
plays with me. The difference is Grant plays with me in a ton of leagues.
Right.
So the chemistry between me and
was
Grant
there.
is phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
Now, Grant was subbing that day for Chap, and this is what I said. From a pure basketball talent wise, Chap exceeds Grant.
Right.
He absolutely does. He exceeds Grant.
Right.
Okay.
But Grant has a couple intangibles that Chap doesn't necessarily do.
Same situation with Smith
Grant
and
will,
Norton.
if I sit there and I was to tell Grant, I don't want you to shoot a shot all game. I just want you to lock this dude up.
He'll do
Grant
that.
will do it.
Right.
Grant does
You
whatever is
said it,
necessary. So it was like, hey, Grant. As a matter of fact, when we played him, Pittman was guarding him and literally standing inside the paint as if he couldn't shoot. And we're just letting him shoot
Yeah.
threes all
He
game.
was killing
So
us.
I think of that the same way how in some of the games we've played, we've allowed people to do different things. They sat there and fed into a strength of what he did. Pittman just kept trying to double me, and I just kept hitting him. He just kept shooting. And it was like, it never triggered to, hey, let me get over here and stop doubling to get this guy.
Tried to.
So,
And that's how critical the sub game is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the sub game, they would not beat us if it wasn't for that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the setup was.
Well, answer this question. Answer
It
this
is what
question.
it is.
Do you feel like that sub was necessary or valuable to your win? And how do you feel without that sub? What's the difference in the team now?
I can tell you, so part of the difference in that approach with that game was because that was our first game that we had after this podcast.
Okay.
And if you remember the podcast, like you said, there were people here talking reckless, including myself.
Right.
I think you were doing the most.
I probably was, absolutely, but there was a method behind it.
Right.
because I wanted, like I said, and when Rico was like, well, you're putting a target on your back. Like I said, I wanted it. So when we came in that game off jump, Mike Arnold was talking reckless to me from the beginning. So it took me to like the playoff me.
Okay.
Immediately.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna get real, playing against y'all last week and playing against Jamil and them, nobody said nothing. It was like a quiet game. They didn't start talking till they got up big. We end up getting big. We end up starting up getting big on you guys because I was like, all right, let me start going early and get my team going.
Right.
And then we just kind of took our foot off the pedal and y'all kept going.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for us, it's about putting the full 40 minutes together. That's why the reality of it is, I'm really not worried. It's just on me because I haven't been leading the charge the way that I should. But the subs are critical. They really are.
They change the
like
game.
for me, I don't always necessarily look to match it up talent wise. If I'm bringing a sub, I'm let you know in advance. I'm bringing a sub who I've played with before. I don't care if they're I don't need them to be better. I just need someone that I know exactly what I'm going to get from them.
Right.
And then that takes care of the rest.
Right.
Like that's the big thing about subs. Now it seems like for the most part, most people has had their team, except for whatever reason, Rico keep bringing subs in every single week.
That's real.
That's true, Rico.
So
Rico's
I
on
don't
sub
know when
every
their
week.
team's gonna show up. I'm assuming tomorrow we play them. Was he gonna have a whole team full of subs? What you got? Hey, and you know how? And another thing too. So I was last week. Now, granted, I love having Love as a sub, but I got played because I didn't find out that my guy wasn't coming until like an hour before the game, and I wasn't allowed to bring a sub no more. Ain't that something? Everybody can bring a
That's
sub,
cold. Now,
but
that's
I
cold.
wasn't allowed to bring a sub.
That's cold.
Played me.
We got to discuss that with the league CEO.
Yeah, that
So
was
what's
cold.
going on?
I didn't know that.
So, the big question is how do we bring subs and how are subs allowed to come, because they do factor in at some point, between the loss and the win. So,
I will say this, in for like that first game when I had a sub and Arnold and them had a sub.
Okay.
Me, Sultan, and Arnold talked, and we agreed upon who the subs were going to be. Yeah. So I accepted their sub, and they accepted mine.
That's how it's
So
supposed to be.
I thought that's how it was
week.
supposed to be
Every
until
week.
later that day when I talked to Noah's team, and Noah didn't agree to the sub that
Right.
was going against him.
Right.
And it threw y'all game plan off.
I had no idea who that guy was when he walked in the gym. When I did not see him until we were going for tip off.
Right.
And I'm like, who is this?
Right.
And then I found out later we were supposed to agree. And that's another reason why I'm still a little salty about that game.
Right.
Because, he pulled me away from the basket. And, I didn't think about that all week because I'm
Right.
thinking of who they have on their team. And I'm
Right.
thinking, Rico's the tallest guy on their team. He's going
Right.
to have to guard me.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little light. So I just bury him under the basket, tire him out,
Right.
and go from there. But this dude was hitting it. Like, not only was he shooting threes, he was making them.
Right.
So that just changed the whole dynamic of their team. And
It wasn't equivalent to the sub that they should have.
absolutely not.
Do y'all feel like if you have a sub, it should be somebody equivalent to the size or
as
play
much as
of?
it can be, yeah.
I don't give a shit. Excuse my French, man. I don't care, man.
Jamil, you don't care who you play with. Y'all getting the W.
We're just gonna play, man. Go out there and go.
There it is.
The personnel matters, at least to me, because
I see you, Big C.
it changed us too, because we got a sub at the last minute because we had a guy didn't come. I thought we were gonna get Eddie, and then they gave us Chris Montgomery,
Yeah.
and I wasn't too happy about that because he plays 15 feet and in just like me, so it was crowded and it was bad shot selection. So I really didn't. I was just that first game was bad, yo.
It's tough. It was tough.
And it was the second game. Chris was tired. He was already
Yeah.
played.
Yeah. That was the second game. I didn't realize that.
Hey, yo, Sultan, man, just said that we tried to get right. If you get a triple-double, you are never going to sub again. So that gets back to your guy. So I guess he can't never play.
Like but to me, that's not right.
Who got a triple?
That's not
35, 18, and 12.
They're just like,
Nah, he didn't. That wasn't his point. He had a double. I'll give him that. I did the stats that game. He had a double, but
The
he ain't had no
reality is-
triple.
let's keep it real. We played with 5 people the whole time. When we played them, we scored over 100. Like everyone's scoring, so he's gonna get his points.
Yeah.
One of the differences between him and Chap, just to be real, is his motor.
Okay.
He never stops.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
So in a league of 5-on-5, he's going to get rebounds.
Right.
So why am I being penalized? I mean, why would I be penalized to bring a sub that talent-wise? Because the reality is, if Chap did the same thing, then Chap would average a triple-double too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just difference is, the motor's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
The motor's not the same. So that's no different.
Okay.
So, and I guess, so in terms of, if we're looking at it from a number standpoint, then does that mean, let's say, and even just in mixed play, can I never sub on somebody's team? If somebody don't show up, I can't play?
Right.
Noah can't play? Anyone here? Like, if you put up big numbers, I only get my one game and got to get out?
Right.
So I think I 100% that we're trying to get it right, but you don't put a basis on this is a criteria we can't use. It just should be as simple as each GM or whoever's leading it should agree to the sub. It's that simple.
But that's how it's gonna have.
Right.
It's
Yeah, it
gotta
should be that simple.
If that's whatever we choose it to be, it's gotta be consistent.
Yeah, it should be that
Now
simple.
you know what I'm saying. It was agreed in the beginning of the year that the GMs had to agree on the sub, and that was the rule for the season. At least I felt. You know what I mean? Now I know in the first game that we've been talking about, Pittman's guy getting, you know what I'm saying, came in and killed. I knew that they had agreed. You know what I'm saying? I knew that. And so I was like, okay, we started off right. We set the rule. People abiding by the rules. We good. Now, just so happens that following week, when he had Montgomery as a sub, I already no, it wasn't. It was a different day.
No, that was the same day. It was just the third game. I was the first game at 1. He was the game at 3.
Same day.
Yeah, same day.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of another game, Montgomery sub for somebody then. But, I mean, boys got to stick to their guns. You know what I mean? If you don't want somebody, say no. Hell, we all men. I don't want you, man. I'm going to get somebody else. You done already played your game. If you didn't, it was your fault. Because if this was your game, you'd be playing already. So if you missed your game, or if you done played your game, you done got your guaranteed one game. And boys shouldn't be upset if somebody say they don't want you.
Right.
Hell, it's 20 other guys that didn't get selected, or 19. You know what I mean? So hey,
I believe that the subs should come from within. I don't even necessarily agree with bringing subs in, period, because I feel like if this is a distinguished league, then the subs should come from the players that are in it. That's just me. I mean, I think that would make it fair because now you have more ways to, you know what I'm saying, pick and choose. Who you pick and choose is on them to play, whether they play or not. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get the logic, but that way is too tough. Just because, and I mean, in my opinion, well, one, you got the people playing back to back, and you're already playing only 5, so it makes it tougher on some people.
Right.
But then, second of all, like just the reality, the difference in the talent level throughout the league is very significant. Right. So, like, if you're missing, you know, for instance, like your first round draft pick, like for me when Chat was out, I don't really have anyone else in the league I can be like, oh, where maybe in my opinion where I may not feel like they're an equivalent to Chat.
Right.
Now I may take someone else in the league because I may think, hey, like I would take Love. So hey, I like playing with Love. We gonna make it work.
Right.
But if you're looking at it from an equivalent talent wise, it's tough to do that.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. I just think it makes it easier to shift people around when you know who you can get. You know what I'm saying? The pool of people that you can pull from. But it just makes sense. But you know, I'm sure that in the future, you know, Sully's gonna make some adjustments to how that works because it has been a lot of subs this season, and that definitely has changed some teams. I'm sure that Rico might agree with that.
Who played on your team last week? Huh? Who played on your team last week? Because G wasn't there.
Parade.
Who played Rico's team last week?
So that was an upgrade.
I played Rico's team last week.
Okay.
Yeah, and I played with y'all. I played with y'all this past week.
Noah?
I played against
He
you.
had to sub against Noah.
Oh,
I
Noah.
played with Pittman against
Rico
y'all.
said you got 30,
And that
so
made-
he
that
didn't
made a
stop you.
difference.
Right.
Because me and Sotan both started the game off together.
Okay.
He was on your team. I was
Yeah.
on Pittman's team.
Right.
We at halftime. I think we was up.
Oh, we was up most of the game.
Eddie came in for Sotan's second half.
Yeah.
He 7 boards, 7 points, couple but him being fresh,
Right.
coming right off, coming in late. We had to figure something out for that too. You know what I mean? How is somebody able to come in late and be the fresh body on the court and make a difference like that, even though he's on your team? You know, he came in late. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, and even just in terms of that, I think I don't mind that necessarily just because it was his team to begin with.
Right.
However, what happens is Eddie comes in with now, for me, this is why it matters to me.
Right.
Eddie comes in with 0 fouls with 6 or 5 fresh ones to give. He should have inherited how many fouls the person was there before him.
True.
He should have inherited those fouls.
True.
Because one of my strategies for people play me, I'm going to foul y'all out.
Yeah. True.
And that helped y'all because you had got a certain amount of fouls, and now here came Eddie in fresh with a whole nother set of fouls to give.
It makes a difference.
So that that would be one change that I would recommend. Yeah, if you come in late, whoever was there before you don't have to inherit all their stats because I don't care about the stats.
As I was gonna say, what if they scored 20 points?
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's
that's
just the fouls.
Nah, I just want them. Yes, because that's the one thing you should inherit their fouls.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
But-
I agree with that.
I agree with that to a certain extent, though. But like, what if dude is a hack though?
That's his problem.
You sub in and
That's his fault.
Yeah,
See, because
that's his fault for being
the reality of it is,
man.
see, the reality of it is for me, for you guys, it was the opposite. Just to be real, Sultan was there for you, which Sultan's not gonna guard me, Sultan's not gonna foul. Eddie's gonna switch off every now and again and guard me, and Eddie fouls. So I'm gonna get Eddie in a significant amount of foul trouble. So if he was there at the beginning of the game, that's gonna matter because now there's more people that's gonna be in foul trouble. Where Sultan, he was off doing something else, and he ain't really gonna come my direction that often.
But
So that's how I look at it.
I think it's tricky though when you do that when you're just kind of just guessing that he would have had this many fouls.
I'm not guessing. That's why I'm not guessing at all. I'm just saying clear cut. It should be if you got a sub and that person comes in later, you inherit the fouls. To be honest, I feel like that could be I'll just tell it. That could be a strategy significantly used against you then. Because you could tell someone to say, hey, come in, just get here a little late. I'm going to have this person come. They're going to beat Noah up for the first half.
They do that
ready to
all
foul,
game anyway.
and you get you to the point where you can foul out, and then our regular person will show up. That could be a strategy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying somebody would use it. I'm just telling you.
For sure.
Hey man, playoffs you get
that would backfire more than it would work.
Me.
That would backfire more than it would work.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just unorthodox. I'm just saying it happens.
All right. So go ahead.
I'm about to say, you made a comment about something Rico said in the chat about homeboy having to guard me that game. That's not the point. The point is with that sub was he changed our defensive scheme. And the way that we were going to attack them on defense to kind of wear them down. So the fact that I got 30 points or whatever on dude, I've played against a lot of guys who are really good and have done very well against them. So I'm not really worried about how many points I can score on him because he was barbecue chicken from tip off. So it didn't really matter. I was talking about when I had to guard the 3 because he was making shots. So it wasn't like he was just shooting them and I was having to stay out. Like I had to stay out there because he was making them. So that's where the difference is.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Noah, Team Noah is going against Team Pat this week. And that's some say that's the matchup to see. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going head to head. But also both teams I feel like have something to prove in this instant. In similar situations, although they got a game up on us, it's ready. It's a time for them to get a win as well, and for us to get a win. What do you think about this matchup? You know what I'm saying?
Before you even get started, I just want you to recall the initial podcast where they said they had a numerous number of Noah stoppers on that team.
Oh, I remember.
AKA the Incredible Hawk here to my right, as well as Donnie. As well as Porter. So I just want you to recall that in your comments and when you play tomorrow.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, played against a lot of guys who are really good, and I've done really well against them. So I'm not worried about anybody being a Noah stopper because I haven't met them yet. So that's how I feel about that. But no, I think this will be a good game. Because like I said in that first podcast too, I like playing against my friends, and I'm with Green all the time because we work in close proximity at my job. So I'm looking forward to playing against him because he talks a lot of trash. He reminds
Shout out to
everybody
Green.
all week what team he's on,
Right.
as if we forgot. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right,
So I think
right.
it'll be competitive. So yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready for tomorrow.
Okay. Mimms and Pat, what do y'all got to do this week, man?
You gotta address
You
him
know.
by his proper name. The knower stopper. What are you gonna do?
No,
What are you gonna do? Hey,
Yeah.
mind you, Pat gave you all those names on the first podcast.
That he
So that's
did.
your GM.
That he did.
So I'm just making sure that everything stays correct in here. Noah Stopper. He said, "What are you going to do?"
I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up. My game changes week to week, and I accept it. You know what I'm saying? One of my nicknames has been Chameleon for a while, so I adapt. And what is needed by me gets done.
Welcome to the podcast, Sully. Welcome to Deuce Knowledge. Welcome to the podcast. You snuck in on us. You said, "Let me get in here real quick." Yeah. We go.
Shout out to the gray area, man. I get love
Right
to
on.
the platform.
Right on, baby.
always.
Appreciate it.
No problem. So, what do y'all plan to do, man? Y'all got the circuit. Y'all got the circuit right now. It's we both in the hot seat, I would say. Y'all coming fresh off of L. We coming fresh off a win, but we need another win. So, what is it gonna look like?
It's gonna be a hard fought game, man. Because you know what I'm saying. Now, granted, everybody in this league is passionate about the game and about this league. You know what I'm saying? It's weekly competitors. No matter how old anybody is, we all play hard.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? This guy's diving for balls. This guy's yelling at the refs. This guy's yelling at teammates, yelling at opponents. This, everybody watching, this ain't no plaything, man. You know what I'm saying? We are serious. And, tomorrow is two teams that want to win. Not only want to win, but feel like they need to get this win. So it's going to be, like a hard-fought game.
Right. True that.
Shout out the refs, man.
Pat, what
Shout
you
out
get?
Man. Go ahead, Pat.
What you got
Nah, man, go ahead,
say,
man.
man?
Because I'm backtracking anyway, man. I actually caught the tail end about the subs.
Oh, yeah. Let's finish on the game. Then we get
Okay,
back
yeah. We gonna get to this.
Especially because especially since these two brothers match up here tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna check each other.
Absolutely. Got to.
So, I'm hey, we played y'all zone the other day, and you got hot, super
Absolutely.
hot.
30 on you.
You gonna be hot against Pat?
Hey, we're gonna put a strategy together, and if we're allowed to, and I'm wide open, I'm gonna go for it.
But what if you're
Absolutely.
not wide open and he checking you? Then what gonna happen?
Oh, we got an option for that.
All right.
We got an option for that. We got a download option for that. So
How your leg, Pat? How your leg,
gotta be ready.
What's up,
How's
fam?
your leg?
Still sore?
Touche.
That's not gonna be an
Still
excuse.
sore.
on
Yeah,
this.
he shouldn't play.
Shouldn't play.
Nah, I don't.
Shouldn't play.
Nah, I
He said he shouldn't play, man.
One thing I.
Because he gave us our victory because he came in here and said his leg
Ooh,
hurt.
he did give it to you, didn't he?
He said, y'all
Oh,
won
that's what
because
he
his
said?
leg hurt.
Christina said Pat is sitting
He
silent.
said the reason why we lost, I blame myself. My leg wasn't right. He said,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have played.
I shouldn't have played.
Is it- is
But
it-
no, hold on. But what does that have to do with y'all?
No, but it's sweet as saying, you know what I mean? Like, you should, if you're going to play Ray, and you still hurt, don't play because, we don't want any excuses.
No, hold on for a second. I don't ever use those.
Yeah, he didn't use that
Ever.
as an excuse
Ever
as
use
to
those.
why we lost. He was talking about his personal game
Thank
when he
you.
was talking about his leg.
And,
What I-
and he
what-
said
what-
he shouldn't have played. Correct.
Shouldn't have played.
Is that what he
I
said?
should've- Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about his
Okay.
personal game, not the reason why we lost.
That was the reason why you lost.
No, that was not the reason why we lost.
You don't think? I think y'all lost and been losing and been looking the way you looking because Pat
We
is
have not
showing
been
up
losing.
As a
That was
GM.
our first loss.
That was your first loss. It was. And y'all had a lot of close
We
games.
have not, and we've won
And you
those
won 'em.
close games.
And they shouldn't even been close because
Well,
Pat
that's
should have been
real.
putting up numbers.
But he wasn't.
And he wasn't, and he hasn't been. I just want
Right.
to throw that out there as the
Yeah.
league MVP last year.
Because
I sparked him last year to do
because
his
that's
MVP
what we
performance.
wanted to do.
I'm trying to spark him again. I'm trying to
That's
help
what
y'all
we
out.
wanted to do. We don't need nobody else's spark. We got this under control, baby.
I believe it.
We don't need no outside fires. We control the temperature in this house. We don't need no outside fires.
A little bit.
I'm going at the GM. You know what I mean?
That's fine. Yeah.
Because he did use
Hey, man, his leg
the leg hurt, and he going against his man this week. And if his man ice him, I don't want him saying his leg was hurt. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
he ain't gonna say it.
Just so we get titles right, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't play last session, but I thought there was no MVP, so I don't think he got it.
Well, I mean, you know, we
I thought that was a hot button issue. You know,
he gave the
didn't
honorary
get that.
MVP. Man, he showed up and showed out, but it took a couple weeks though. Like I said about Pooh, I said, man, you know, Pooh got game. It's gonna come along, and he did. So I said the same thing about Pat last year. I'm like, Pat got game. It's gonna come along, and it did.
But that's
Hold on.
that's what people don't realize. Everybody, no matter what level your game is on, when you first get in this league, it's different because it's 5-on-5. Ain't no subs.
Right.
You got to adjust your body. You know, yeah, it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Speak on it, Pat. They talk about your body feeling.
And my thing is like at this point, at this age, everybody got something going on every week.
Yeah, now
Right,
he's calling you
right.
old.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, but I know week to week,
You're speaking on the sub. You're speaking on the sub issue.
I'm speaking on to injuries,
Okay, injury. Okay.
attrition. At this point, I know a lot of guys just because I'm privileged to communicate with a lot of guys they banged up week to week.
Right. Right.
So rehabbing, doing what you got to do to play. At this point, that's kind of comes with it. So I got love for Pat. I don't think it was an excuse, but just like the boxer in the ring after the fight, you know, I had flu. You know what I'm saying? You get out there, you put the uniform on, and you finish.
Okay, hold on for a
That is
second.
what it is.
Right.
Hold on
Right.
for a second. Hold on for a second. Right.
Speak on it, Pat.
First of all,
Speak on it.
First of all, look, check this out, man. I didn't even say anything after the game. I mean, I talked to my teammates. I didn't say anything all week. I came in here and said specifically, I'm the reason why we lost. I didn't say reason why y'all won was because I was hurt. I never said that. Because I don't use excuses, man. So if I'm out there, man, I'm gonna play.
That's it.
Period.
That's all we wanted to say.
Okay, so don't misinterpret my words, bro. I mean, y'all listen. I was out there, y'all won. That's it.
That's what we doing. We winning right now.
I think you left a little gray area in there, and they just took it.
Hey, listen, they can take it, man, how they want to take it. It's all good.
Hey, man, but the team, Pat, I mean, I like the fact that, hey, man, y'all have won games where last year you was almost a 30-point scorer. So y'all winning games in different ways, so y'all got a real tough team, man. That's what it is.
Well, the
I
thing
don't
is,
think you got to score. I mean, like you said, y'all been doing it different ways this year.
well, you know, the thing is, man, you know, if you know, I don't know everything about basketball, but if you study the game, I mean, you try to pick people that you know that is going to fit every type of style that you are trying to play. So, and like I tell these guys every week, said, you know, I'm the only one that has to really adjust their game. No one else on my team has to. I mean, just play your game. Just play how you play. And my job is to make everyone's job easier and better, period. So whether it's me scoring 5 points and we win or me getting 50 and we win, you know what I'm saying? It just depends. But I'm not set to, like, I could care less about stats. I'm more worried about winning, period. So,
I can't say that it does not matter whether Pat scores 20 or 10. I can't say that after watching those first two games. I thought that he would have to score a lot more points. That was my thing. Like, if you ain't scoring, I don't know how y'all going to do it. That was my thing. But after seeing him the first two games, I'm like, whoa.
He kept telling me that.
Pat is, and I'd call him on the phone and tell him that. Like, man,
what are
you
you
got to
doing,
score.
Pat? I'm like, no,
you got
I don't
to
have to
score,
bro.
And they've proved twice. I said, wow, these guys really can win.
They agree.
Really can win.
Just, you know,
So that's why it was interesting to see that third game, because I imagine this y'all was going to play the same way, you know, and y'all kind of, like you said, y'all kind of dropped the ball. Something hit the fan, you know what I'm saying, and Pat ended up scoring more than he regularly does. So which shows you that, you know, if he has to score, he will, because he scored about 20 points.
I feel everything you just said, right? But the victories that they got, and I love their team. The first very week when we went to the thing afterwards, sometimes people thing, I said Pat got the best team chemistry wise. I said it.
Oh yeah.
From the top, I was giving everybody said I was giving the big up.
For sure.
They beat Jamil and them that day. Jamil and them was rusty. They came out, they couldn't figure it out.
So
that's
stop.
Stop.
Now that's an excuse.
I'm not giving it an excuse.
No, it is.
They snuck through that one. They snuck through that one. Then they played and stuck to the next one. I knew that they've been getting 50 points, right?
We ain't
They've been
snuck
getting 50
nowhere.
points.
We show up on the court.
I knew that
and
they
we play the game.
If they been getting 50 points, I knew we would beat them because all they get is 50 points. because Pat ain't scoring. If Pat was scoring, they'd be a 70-point team. Now they'd be tough to beat. But with them only getting 50, I knew we were blowing them out the
But if they getting the W, does that matter?
I knew it. 50's not going to cut it against us.
No,
now, you know what I'm saying? Against other people, baby.
Hey,
sir.
I'm going to speak on this, and this is real talk, because I was the main one hating on Pat's team. And don't get me wrong, I still feel that way. But however, I'm going to give them some credit. I will give them credit.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it, I was like, I was with Love.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'm still with it, because I'm thinking there's no way they're going to win without him scoring.
Without him scoring.
And I give them credit, because yes, they pulled off 2 victories without him scoring.
Absolutely.
But I think, again, that goes into the whole strategy of it. Like, and even like what Pat said is right. You know, he's the guy on that team, so he's going to be the one that's going to have to adjust to his team to see whatever he needs to do.
Right.
But however, there are going to be some games, which again, that goes to him having to make the adjustment.
Right.
Him not scoring, that's not going to work against every team. That may have, for whatever reason, worked that week against Jamil and them.
Right.
That may have worked the next week.
Right.
I don't even know who you guys played. It was Rico or...
It was somebody,
Rico.
It was
that may have worked then, but I just...
Right, you say it won't work again.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Pat has to score.
It's gonna be hard.
Pat has to score.
I'm not gonna say
I don't know.
it can't 100% be done.
I think
I
the more
find it hard to be done against some of the teams, but they have proven it to be successful.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, we got away from our game last week, and it ain't no secret. Our game is defense. That's the only reason why y'all score so many points. The reason why we winning games scoring 50 points is because the people we play is scoring less than 50 points.
But the people y'all
It's called
playing really
defense.
no good like that.
Also, you disrespecting them.
I'm
just off the top.
I mean, but I
How about,
respect
they were
them.
rested?
But that's two had 7 points.
It don't make no difference.
And Garrett had 4.
It don't make no difference.
If they was playing how they playing now,
because of how we played. Wasn't nobody else on that court but us 5.
hey, I look good, man. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm over here ruffling.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't I'm over here ruffling. All I'm saying is Pat need to score more. You know, and MVP has to score more. I'm shouting that out. You know what I mean?
From the jump, he told us what his role was gonna be. And he told us what we needed to do. And last week was the first time that everybody else, didn't do what we needed to do.
The bottom
That's
line
why
is,
we lost.
Some teams match up well against
Other teams.
It's the matchup.
It's the matchup.
Like,
It's the
so that may work against certain teams because they match up well with them. Like, there are certain things, like y'all might reference to the game they played against Jamil and them. Jamil and them has a little team, but for all intents and purposes.
Right.
So do they.
So do they. Yeah.
Right.
So, like, the cherry picking thing that they do, that's not going to work against them.
Right.
Like, that may have worked against my team because, yeah, we got guys that aren't going to necessarily run back there every time. But that's not going to work against another team full of little dudes, too. Like, so they were able to ugly that game up.
Jamil, is y'all team considered the cherry picking team? Why are people calling y'all team the cherry picking team?
Because everybody knows he got that one guy on his team that literally just sits at half court. Now, again,
But you got
that's on everybody else. That's on everybody else to make the adjustment.
If Gary scored 20 points, you probably lost.
Right.
Right. That's true.
If he scores 20, you lost.
That's true.
All
That's
of Gary's
true.
points against you weren't cherry picking either.
Oh, I'll keep dude. Our strategy against you guys first game: let Gary shoot, let Pooh shoot. They happen to hit again. Like I said when I first started, make or miss game. But I'm right now, we play all again. I'm still gonna let Gary shoot. I ain't gonna.
Me too.
I'm not gonna let him cherry pick.
But I'm
gonna let him shoot.
Exactly.
Because if Gary's shooting most of y'all shots,
we got a chance to win, y'all.
All right.
the odds are going down.
You're not gonna let him cherry pick. Who's gonna run down there with him?
I'm not.
It's gonna be a 4-on-4.
I'm not about to tell you
You're
now.
not gonna. Well, we know.
I'm not
I know
about to
2
tell you
people
that.
ain't gonna do it.
Uh-oh.
You got 3
Hey,
more.
no, y'all say 2. I'm definitely gonna speak on this for 100%. Like, I'm assuming in y'all too, y'all be trying to throw Steve-O in there too. Hey,
No, I was thinking
Steve-O.
Joe and KK.
who?
Joe and KK. Steve-O can move.
About to say, because if
Steve-O
you're talking
get
about
him down.
Steve-O,
Steve-O get him down the court. Shout out Steve-O, baby.
Absolutely.
Shout out,
Shout out Joe too and KK.
Or all the way real, Steve-O been probably the most consistent player on my team.
People when y'all
Hey,
played.
man, I'm going to give Steve-O some love. Playing against Steve-O for 40 minutes, that is a big, strong dude. So it may not say on the stat sheet what he does, but, hey, man, my back hurts. I have to guard. Hey, man,
Is
it's
Joe
a big,
still
strong
hurt?
dude, man. And like you said, he can move around a little bit, man. So, hey, man, I don't take Steve-O lightly. And when he sets a screen or he throw that big body on you. Sometimes it's awkwardly, man. He catch you when you ain't ready.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Steve-O's a beast out there.
He really is.
He real good post dude.
Really good.
For sure.
Man, I'm sorry.
Is Joe Rush still hurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he? Because I don't
Hey,
even
man,
know.
I don't know
He got hurt last
ins and
week.
outs of each team.
He got hurt last week.
You know, the GMs.
Yeah.
That goes back
Not
to
at the game.
That goes back to
Oh.
the sub situation. If we can get it right, we want to get it right. Technically, how we supposed to do the subs is if we know in advance, we get both GMs involved and we try to come with something fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to tip the game with the sub. The sub shouldn't determine the game.
Right.
Like, for example, Pitt spoke on Mike, Pittman, they got together, they talked, and then they agreed on it. So once we got on the court, it is what it is. They
Right.
both agreed on
Yeah.
it.
After the agreement, it's fair.
It's a done deal.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, when you communicate with the GMs, we don't want the sub to determine the game. So you want to get somebody equal, but not an upgrade. So if the person falls, I'd rather them fall slightly short of who they subbing for versus over the top.
Who
Now,
determines that overall? Like, what level that person is on?
we all in this thing together, so it's got to be a judgment call. Where we run into trouble is when a guy, I'm not coming Saturday morning.
Right.
So it comes back to some professionalism too. Like, give us an opportunity to try to get it right.
Right.
Now, the week one, we were just loaded with one of those weeks, man. We just got loaded with subs. We also had the workshop going on the same day. So it just was a lot going on. That's why, you know, I kind of heard everyone saying, I talked to a lot of the guys, like, we agreed to do the extra week just so we can, you know, get that gel on your team. Now, it also comes to who you drafted. If you drafted a guy that, you know, may be iffy or inconsistent, some of you got to, you know, that's your team. You picked him. Now, I understand you want to bring in a guy that you know it gels with, but don't nobody else know him but you.
Mm-hmm.
I get that part too, but you want to kind of roll with what we got. I like bringing up a guy that's already in the league, but at the same time play 5-on-5. Now, you ain't getting 100% out of that guy,
Right.
no matter what you think.
Right.
You know, so you want to try to get it right. I understand with Noah. I understand what you said. You brought in a guy that changed the dynamic of the game because he brought you away from the bucket. Those are the little things you got to kind of take into account. So subs has truly been a gray area in our league because if you get a solid 30 guys, just going to show up, be on time, be professional, you don't have that.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, it's staying healthy. A lot of guys, man.
Play hurt.
Yeah, you got to play banged up sometimes, man. Dude, you know, you
It's
call
the
me like, hey,
league.
man, I got a bruised thigh.
Grow
I
up.
take ice baths, so I don't got no sympathy for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got to take an ice bath every week. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't getting no sympathy from me. I say, man, hey,
Get out
see
there.
you Saturday.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get it. You know, I got to. Somebody told me I'm banged up. I said, man, so am I. He said, man, I got to go to work. Well, so do I. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You try to get it right, but you can't always get it right, man.
Right.
So I got two things. So the
Rare
first
is never coming back, though.
What's up?
That's not fair.
Oh, we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about the rest. real quick.
Grant need to sign up.
Man, bring him back, man.
Grant is not. Grant just can't come consistently. That's the problem. So here, I do got a couple of things. So the first question is it, which I probably should have asked this before, but I don't know. Is it the GM's responsibility to find out if their guys aren't going to be there or not?
Yeah, that's what
That
it's
I
supposed
didn't
to
know.
be.
Because like when they asked that question about Rush, like I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking at y'all to tell me if Rush is coming or not. Because I'm assuming he contacted y'all.
It's once the drive, like in the mixed play, it's on. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of on the guys up top. But once the draft happens, it's on the GMs.
All right.
That's
So,
how it's supposed to
Gotcha.
be.
So I can check on that. Now, I do have a recommendation that I think what literally would help in terms of like the scheduling and making sure guys can be there. Especially, I get maybe mixed play, but outside of mixed play, I feel like the moment we start, schedule should be out for the entire session. So then guys can plan for the weekend like, hey, all right, I know I play at 1 o'clock this weekend, 2 o'clock the next weekend. Because, for example, like last weekend, I was going out of town, but I had to wait to try to figure out, well, I don't know what time I play on Saturday because I know me being a GM, I can't not show up to my game because that's really going to leave my team strapped. So then I got people waiting trying to figure out, well, what time can we leave to go out of town?
Exactly.
So I just think going forward, that would help. So like the moment we do the draft, schedule should go out. So it's like, you're next. These are who you play. Are we waiting? Because I've been waiting. There's only one team that I really want to play. There's only one. And they keep dodging me. Pats. And it literally has nothing to do with Pat. Like, I look forward to playing people who talk reckless. Right. Now, granted, it took me to get in here to get Mike Arnold to actually get out of pocket to talk reckless to me. But yeah, I appreciate it because it made me want to play. Literally, I want to destroy Pat's team only because Charles Green, I feel like he has no other life than to sit here and talk about this.
You know what, man?
You did Green. They're literally going to get it only because of Green. I got
to defend my man Green, man.
He can take a charge, doesn't matter. I'm tucking it and running through him. It's out of pure principle. Because he talks too much. Like, it would be different if that was Pat talking. Because he can back it up.
I love you, Green.
Green be talking like he one of us. No.
Hey, first round draft pick, Jonathan Clark. First round draft pick.
I mean, Green's earned his right to talk shit.
Yeah, he has.
Man.
Green has earned it. Green has earned his right to talk stuff to certain people. He may think he's Patrick Beverly, but I would still be Westbrook. Okay? There's levels to this. He be talking too reckless. He is not allowed to say nothing to me, Noah, Jamil, Ray, Pat. Like, he is not on that level. He needs to dial it down. But that's the only reason why I want to play him, because I need to teach him that he's back on that level. Not on the other one that he thinks he's on.
He's trying, though.
And the bad thing about it, literally, Green would probably get my award for the most improved. Yeah. But he talks so much that he's going to make it very tough for them to continue to win.
Hey, then we got to step it up. One thing I do is I got my dogs back. That's for sure.
Hey, and I will give them that because that very first game they played, Chris Montgomery started to be the Chris Montgomery that everybody thought he was going to be and get a little out of pocket. The Incredible Hulk turned into the Incredible Hulk and had to pull him back, and he's been back ever since.
He sure did.
Why? Hey, listen.
No, we didn't see nobody Saturday. We was practice running, but
ain't that
I just want to shout out Clyde, man, because Clyde has won a couple games on y'all. He done won a couple games for y'all in the clutch. The first game, he came away with a steal. You did too, and hit a layup. And in the second game, he kind of steal and layup late in the game for the victory. So, even though we might say Clyde's not on that superstar, 25 point, 30 point outbreak, he does things in the game, man, that's priceless. That puts him on that Draymond Green type level. You know what I mean? Like
don't give him that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Not talent wise.
I'm not saying talent wise, but like emotional wise. Being the anchor. You know what I mean? Just being.
I'll give you that on the emotional. Talent wise,
Clyde brings a lot to the table, man.
Hey, remember them guys at the end of the bench who was laughing when Andre Robertson couldn't make them free throws? That's Green.
Oh, no. Clyde, don't let him talk to you like that, my man. Number 1 draft pick, man.
Hey, man, listen. Love. Charles said, "Don't help him now." He said, "You heard him last week."
Hey, listen. I'm letting the cat the bag, man. Me and Clyde, man. I'm pubbing my little cousin, Little Major. Little Boo Major. I don't know if you know the Major kids.
Shout out to Boo Major.
And, they do workouts. They train the kids and they also train adults. So me and Clyde, we've been sneaking out, doing workouts, running around cones, shooting. We getting the whole hour or two workout. Paying. We paying Major. We paying for this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just wanted to. So Clyde is actually, focused, man, on trying to get him a chip, man. So I gotta shout him out. Let everybody know he is working when you think he's not working. And so am I, and so is Team Arnold. You know what I mean? We repping right now. I don't think nobody in this room can beat us. I respect everybody in the room because we grew up with a lot of these guys. I respect them all, but I just don't think nobody can beat us no more, man. The first game we didn't have Norton, and he's a big piece. I didn't know he was a big piece like that, but he is, man. Norton, he had 29 points last week, left-handed. You hear me? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Deuce had to do too much. I mean, Mike Arnold, you
said
who
left-handed
can
like
guard
right-handed.
him? Jamil can't guard Mike. Who can't guard Mike? Duke can't guard Mike.
This
You know what I'm saying?
is
Who gonna guard
blasphemy.
Mike?
Who gonna guard me then?
See, we expect him to get 20.
Silence.
We want his 20. We want Jamil's 20.
Silence.
Because he gets his 20.
Who gonna guard E-Rose?
7 and 23. We'll take his 20.
Who gonna guard
See,
Pooh?
he made 7, shot 23
gonna guard
times. We
Duke?
take that. You see what I'm saying? Rose gonna give us
Who guarding
17. Gary self-check. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta score more than 50 points against us. If you're only a 50, 60-point team, you can't beat us. It's just, and I'm not even a scorer. You see what I'm saying? Like, so 3 guys is putting that up on y'all. You know what I mean? Me and Pittman, we just running around doing all the intangibles. You know what I mean? We can lock down anybody in the league, Pittman included. You know what I'm saying? don't let that fool you. Don't let Pittman cool and shit. But I got his kryptonite, man. You know what I'm saying? We can stop him too. You know what I mean?
Sucks.
Noah, we pound you guys. So Noah, he was not a problem. You know what I'm saying? The guys who we think are problems, when they play us, they're not problems. You know what I mean?
That probably was a problem when we played.
I'm talking so good that they had to break over, man. I'm done. I'm talking.
The mic dropped after my comment because it didn't want to hear nothing else you had to say.
Yeah, it dropped, man.
Wow.
Jamil, what you got to say, man?
I'm speechless from that baloney he's over spitting.
Man.
We'll see tomorrow, man, how the game goes.
That's gonna be a good game, man.
Be a great game.
I'm gonna have to bring the camera out, man, so
Bring
the people can catch.
Hey man, I'd be shocked I guess I ain't surprised how much strategy goes in. To
Absolutely,
man. The private chat rooms that are going on, man.
Oh yeah,
and guys getting it together, man. So every week, I don't see no easy games. Just the way the league is set up, so I don't see no easy games.
It ain't.
So bring it every week.
right.
I would like to know from the GMs, man.
What's up?
Is there any surprises on your team at this point? Is there anything that you surprised by at this point on your team?
No. I mean,
I am.
I mean, I speak for myself. I mean, our team. That's why everybody I picked. I mean, I knew. Like I told Donnie, man, week 1, said, dude, you are the heart and soul of our team. Period. So so I mean, we're going to go as far as you take us. Period. And like I keep saying, it's not about scoring, man. Like it's about finding the right chemistry and the right people that are going to show up every week, people that live in the gym all week, people that play hard, people that play their role. And I have guys that do that. So I'm not shocked, at all, about nothing. So.
Man, there it is. What y'all think about the refs?
Can I start?
Let's talk about the refs for a minute because the refs may have closed a few games. E Rose got ejected last week.
Ejected,
2 texts.
He was asking for it.
You think he was asking for
Absolutely.
it? Yeah.
Oh, man, look up and down the court.
Hey, I'm about to say, I wasn't even there. Hey, and I love E Rose. I do. I love E Rose. But I can tell you, he be asking for it. E Rose gets into it with the refs every single game. Every game.
And that's unfortunately that's him.
Yeah,
and that's a flaw that he acknowledges.
Yeah, because the reality is he never thinks he fouls, and he always thinks he's getting fouled.
Which he is getting fouled.
But that don't work. Just be honest, that don't work. You can't always go to a ref like that because if you treat a ref like that, then when you are telling the truth, they don't know the difference.
Yeah.
They don't know the difference because you're like you're the same person that just blatantly clobbered that guy and was like, I didn't touch him, and now when you get clobbered, you're like, hey, where's my foul or whatever? Like it don't add up. So that's why I'm like, dude, some people they ask for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, man. We pay the refs to come and do a job, which is not to ref the game, but to control the game. That's what reffing is. You know what I'm saying? You're the judge on the court. And you make the calls, and that's what we pay them to do. Yeah. So, if you don't agree with that call, you really need to turn the page. You know what I mean? It's cool to disagree and make a comment, but to, try to provoke them and this, that, and the other, man, it's later for that, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We all are grown men, and yeah, I'm emotional too at times, and I'll be the first one to let some things go. But what I don't, I need the refs on my side. I don't want them doing things, turning away from what I do. I need them on my side. So, I keep mine under control. I know how to talk to them. You know what I mean? If I disagree with them, I'm going to have them explain to me why they call something. Or I'm going to tell them, look, because this is what's going on. When you see me doing this, it's a counteract. I'm getting what I need. So, guys need to understand. We paying these guys to do a job. They going to do their job. And we need them to do their job, but we have no lead.
Hey, that ref last week, he didn't do his job with the glasses. He was trash. He wasn't even paying attention to the game, man.
What was his name, man?
I was watching this,
Speak on
man.
that. Hey, Sully, please speak
man,
on
look,
that. Golly,
the referees
please.
kind of echoing what Donnie said. In essence, he kind of summed it up. And y'all play enough ball to know it's the same referees on the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to bump into the same guys. So,
all day, yeah.
One of the reasons we kind of get, some of the things that we get is because we a lead don't have a different places. And they got police officers there at games. We don't have that because we got a reputation of guys, turning the page, like Mimms says. The gentleman we had last week, maybe he wasn't the best, but this is a league with guys, their voices are taken into consideration. So it's simple, just like, hey man, don't come back this session, or we'll holler at you later. I mean, we'll try to. Sometimes if the game gets out of hand, I blame the refs as well as the players, because you can take your whistle and buckle the game down, and it don't get too out of control. But I think all 3 games, there was some inconsistencies with one official. So in the midst of it, you got to think. I work with kids, and I always tell them, like, are your actions going to lead to a good solution? No. You can't fix him during the game. We can throw him out. We're going to play with one ref. So we got to get through the day, and then we address it afterwards. We can't throw him out of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to keep playing.
That caused a shift in play. It was still ended up winning, right?
That was 18.
We sure did.
Yeah, still ended up winning.
But Mimms and them tried to turn it into an ugly game
Play?
against us. Our game got tested.
How?
Rico's team.
Hey man,
It did.
Our game got tested.
It did.
It did.
Because I'm going to tell you, look, just like Pittman was talking about the foul situation early, I took 2 charges from Sultan on purpose to slow him down, keep him from driving to the lane.
That's the only consistent call he called all games. Charges. Like, man,
Yeah.
this can't be your favorite
Because
call.
if we, I know my
What'd you say,
guys,
man?
and
What'd you say? That can't be his favorite
sometimes
call?
works out all week. You know what I mean? So he can drive to the rack, but if you stay off of him, he can shoot. So you got to take away something. You know what I mean? If I can take away him driving to the rack, now, you know what I'm saying, I know he's going to be more one-dimensional. So now we can crowd him. So if somebody's tired, they can guard him. You crowd him, stay on him because he ain't driving. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, the reality of it is, and I give y'all gentlemen credit. I mean, the reality, dude, there's no matter where you go, it's like that. The refs is going to be like this. As a player, it's upon you to find out how they calling that game, whether they calling it tight, whether they calling it loose. Because the reality is, you're not going to be happy regardless.
Exactly.
You're never going to be happy. The only thing I look for a ref is I try to hope that they're consistent. If you call it on this end, call on that end.
Yeah.
And I'll go to them, I'll talk to them like, hey, either don't call nothing or call them all. But I'm not going to sit there and argue with them, fight with them. And after the game, you're not going to find me being like, man, we lost that game because of the ref. We won that game because of the ref.
Nope.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that a ref may not influence a game, but it's still not going to be their fault to me. Like, the reality is, I just appreciate that, to be honest, that we got some refs. Like, shoot, there's other leagues out there where people play in a league where you call your own fouls. And that wouldn't work. So, I mean, the reality is, yes, they're there to try to help control the game, but some guys are better than others. I mean,
absolutely.
It's just like a basketball player. You got some players who are better than others. You got some refs who are going to be better than others.
Yeah.
So all we
out to Bradshaw.
I'd say all we yeah.
What up, Brad?
Like, I don't know where. Like, but I say it would have been great if we could just have like Ray and Bradshaw, or like ball head Phil. Have Phil up in there, like.
I think Phil will be back.
I say, especially Phil was one ref that I played in many leagues with. Him and Ray, like, they're gonna control the game. Yeah. So when I found out that Ray was the one who threw E out the game, that means he deserved it.
Yeah, for sure.
He deserved it.
Chapman should have been thrown out the game before that. Then, if that's the case.
Yeah, Chapman.
I'm not gonna dispute that either because Chap kicked that ball, but they gave
He
Chapman.
pushed two players too. It wasn't just. It was way more than just verbal
That was
communication.
Noah.
Yeah.
That was Noah.
And he only gave him an intentional foul, which I thought was completely
Pushed Perez.
But again,
He pushed Perez.
He pushed Perez, slammed the ball in DeAndre's chest.
It was he sure did.
But
and nothing.
But
He did.
again, it's just like they're not going to see everything. I'm not going to tell you they did or didn't see those
Oh,
things.
they
But
saw
he
it.
gave him a check, so that means he did try to do that. He pushed Noah. He gave him an intentional call. So for me, that means he's making the proper things. But nowhere after that. Now again, I was not there to see what E Rose did, but even after that, Chap didn't follow him down the court or anything like that. He may have just stormed off upset. But from what I've been told, E Rose was like following Ray up and down the court. Like,
Nah, he was standing in the middle, man.
So I mean, like I said,
And then you
I
got
think the refs are they're doing
the
their
effect.
yeah they're doing what they can.
A lot of times we get refs, they come in, they intrigue, young guys together, there's a lot of synergy. It's a family environment, and then they get a lot of, especially older guys, man, like Brad. It's cool. They say they call players by their first names, and his buddy. It's kind of like, oh man, this is cool, but sometimes we just want them to buckle down. Like I like Field. Field's one of my favorite refs, but Field's a no nonsense guy. He don't want to be bothered with BS. I know if I call Field and he come, Field want his money right, and then Field don't want to be, he don't want nobody coming in his face and saying something crazy to him over a foul call.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think we lose track of it. Hey man, look, he's a referee, but he's still a man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just disrespect a man,
Right.
and then expect him to be okay with that, or give you some calls in the future. So
Right.
It is what
Right.
it is. Pitch right. we gonna complain about. We can bring NBA ref in here. By the second game, we're gonna be on his head. Yeah.
I think the thing that some refs call it better than others, like y'all said, but there's also refs that allow so much fouling that people get frustrated, and sometimes that could cause an injury. And I think that's what riles people up the most, because if you in the hole, E Rose, I'm not speaking for his personal behavior, but when I watched that game, he was getting fouled a lot. So I can only imagine, like, after a while of you being in the hole, and he gets all kinds of rebounds. He's always on the list, so he's down in the middle. So, it made sense to say, okay, maybe he is getting fouled a little too much, but that doesn't speak for personal accountability. We definitely need to respect the refs. You know what I'm saying? But they also need to understand that we got a day jobs and we got to go to work. So if somebody gets fouled hard, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that no. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, because I walked away with like scratches all over my arms. By the time the game was over, I was bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're not gonna be able to call everything. What I'm saying is nobody wants to go to a game and gets injured, because they're not calling the fouls. You know what I'm saying? Call them equally, like Pitt was saying. You know what I'm saying? You're going to call them down here, call them down there. And if the refs got to come together to come to a decision to say how they going to call it, then they need to do that. You know what I'm saying?
The refs got into it.
Y'all got to realize the reality of it is, too.
Yeah, they got into it.
The reality of it is, too. The way you play with a ref, there's art to that, too.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
That's
art
part
to
of the
it.
game, too.
Like, hey, I'm going to speak on because, me and Noah play in like every league. This is the only league, like basically in the city, that we really don't play on the same team. And obviously, being a big guy,
He gets fouled.
you don't get nowhere near the amount of calls that everybody else gets.
Right.
And I've been talking to Noah I've been talking to Noah for years and trying to, like, bro, there's an art to this. Like, you can't get upset and do this and that. I'm like, this is how you got to try to approach some of these refs. It's like, if you want to try to get in a call in the future, it's just like what they said. Hey, they're men just like we are. So sometimes you gotta go talk to them. Be on a personal relationship with. Hey,
I agree
get to know their name, but hey, like I said, hey,
but
know their
respect.
name.
Yeah.
That way you talk to them, and hey, you earn that respect. It's no different than like the NBA.
Same
Like,
thing.
Harden works it. It's an art. It's an art to getting fouled and getting all them calls on you. But it's also
get a ref DVDs before I
and it's also a respect thing. If you give them that type of respect,
He did
they
say
a
love.
lot
I
of
like
times they
that.
may try to do their best to return that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's art to it.
That's good.
I think that does work if you're a perimeter player. As a post player, I don't care if I'm best friends with the referee. They are not going to give me calls.
Right.
Like, I get beat up everywhere in the city we play. They don't know how to ref the post because a lot of the times their explanation of why they didn't call it is bogus. Like you're too big for that. I hate that. I still get fouled. Like you heard him slap me right in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's so legit. Like literally, like I promise. Me and Noah have played in leagues where, and me just being a bigger guard, they'll tell you sometimes they'll be like, "You're bigger than that. I shouldn't have to give you that call."
Yeah,
like,
that's a terrible
doesn't change
reason.
anything. But then there's also situations you go into, and this is to be honest, they'll be like, "You're better than some of these guys. We don't need to give you as many calls as you give everybody else."
Right, because
That's just the reality.
Ray refs in the Northwest League that we also play in, so he knows me. Like whenever we're about to play, me and him talk, whatever. But that, like I said, that may work if you're a perimeter player, because during the game, I'm still like, Ray, come on, bro. Like I got a new scar every week,
Right.
and I'm showing him right here. I was bleeding, and I was like, bro, look, man. And he was like, hey, man, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Or they say, I didn't see it. Like, I'm the biggest guy on the floor. What do you mean you didn't see it? So there is an art to it, but like I said, I think it's different when you play on the block. They just don't know how to. The refs just don't really know.
I'm gonna give them a slight defense for on the block.
too, yeah.
Here's why I say on the block, because also with being a ref, it's about you're supposed to be positioned in certain spots. And I can't sit here and tell you that all the times our refs are always in those positions, but when you're in your block, you're thinking, hey, that's back to the basket. So not only is your back to the basket, but your defender's back to the basket too. They can't see through you all the time. So, I mean, that's why, for me, when I look at it, dude, I've been a basketball player my whole life. You're never really going to be that happy with a ref. So some things you just have to learn to live with. And like I said, it's art. You got to figure out ways to where you put yourself in a position where you can get the call.
If you play on the perimeter.
Hey man, listen.
Is that why? I did notice since we went set play, you shoot more trays, Noah. So is that is that some reason why? I mean, I didn't see you let some trays go.
And I have, and that's not more about the refs. That's more about trying to get teams to not double me as much. Because if it's out there, and I shouldn't even be telling y'all this, but if it's out there that, no, absolutely not. Because I hate playing on the perimeter. But I want it out there that guys will be like, okay, he will shoot it. And I can shoot, I just don't shoot threes.
Right.
So I want guys to be like, okay, he'll shoot it, so I can't just leave him completely by himself.
Right.
So that's just trying to get the defense to play honest. That's all that is.
Right, for sure. For sure.
Was it successful?
No, I mean I made one the first game. That's it.
Yeah. It was dumb, man. That first game was a different dynamic.
But I want to say
Different dynamic.
about the paint situation, about the calls and stuff, man. Like, you know, we all grew up in the 80s and the 90s where basketball was really tough. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And you get it in the paint.
Right.
The paint's where you go to show how tough you are. You know, if you're gonna drive it through the paint, you know what you're coming to get when you come in this paint. So now we don't call no foul in the paint. I mean, it's just, you know, because we wish we was 6'8", 250. You know what I'm saying? So don't call the foul. You know what I mean? Just dominate the paint. You know what I mean? So so the ref shouldn't be making no difference if you dominate in the paint.
I do want to say, and I think this just goes for us, like playing in the league. As a player, you also, like I mentioned earlier, you have to adapt to how the refs are calling it. But I say that just because if the refs are letting the play be more physical, then everybody needs to accept the fact that the game is now being more physical.
Right.
Don't get in your emotions.
I was a couple weeks ago.
Don't get in your emotions and be like, well, this person's playing extra physical, because no, it's evident the ref has let it go there.
So take it there.
You guys have to take it there, but still realize it's still just basketball.
Right.
Because I know there are times where guys, you know, if you start to get a little bit more physical, like, hey, then maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to get physical with that person.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like Pittman. Pittman blew his top last week with Montgomery. Pittman blew his top last week with Montgomery, and really Montgomery they were standing close, and Montgomery thought he was trying to set a pick, so he was pushing him in his chest, and he got upset. And I'm like, bro, if you don't like getting pushed in your chest, either A, get bigger, or push back.
Yeah, so and that's why I say, like, we as the league, you know, as members of L.D.E, we gotta learn to just accept that. Like, don't take it personal.
Right.
Refs letting it get physical.
Well,
you just gotta get physical all the way around.
I got the scoop you know, because I actually hang with Montgomery and Pittman outside of the hooping, and I got both their stories. It jumped off because you know Montgomery normally wears the mouthpiece. You know he got them fake teeth. You know they real pretty velours, and he wants to keep them right. And he didn't have his mouthpiece in last week. Pittman caught him with an elbow to the mouth. Montgomery, you know, took it like Pittman said, took it to the next level. Like, hey man, watch your elbows. Don't hit me in the mouth no more. You know what I mean? Which is understandable. You know what I mean? And I guess it happened again.
It's not understandable to me.
You know what I mean? It happened again, and then they got into
This is not kindergarten recess.
you know,
Talking about,
that
you
little
know,
grudge match, whatever they got into.
I got
but that's
paperwork
where it
on
stemmed
you,
from.
and
You know what I mean?
I see your name on affidavits.
It's a
No, I'm
basketball
like, dude, what
move,
are
you know
y'all
what I mean?
talking
It's a
about?
basketball
Yeah,
move.
see, that's
Right
why and that's why I said people can't take it personal. Because I'll be the first that you know. I'll put this on, but hey, every game I play, I'm a bigger guard, so guys try to get physical. I immediately go to ref. I say, hey, either you take care of it, or I will. My way is not going to be a nice way.
Mm-hmm.
We played when we played Jamil, and Gary and Arden was just a steady reaching when I would go to the hole. They almost got caught with an elbow. Gary got mad.
Exactly.
They're not calling it. Stop reaching.
I love it.
And he said, and I told him my vibe. I said, you reach, I'm going to teach, and you ain't going to like the lesson.
I love it.
Right.
So,
I love it
to
about
me,
you, Pittman.
if the ref's going to let us do that,
That's how we
then
play.
you're going to have to adjust.
You gotta make
'Cause
that
I'm going to
adjustment.
adjust.
That's it.
You gotta make that adjustment.
Right.
Man, I'm going into that mug with intention to play physical.
That's my game.
Me too.
If you're playing against me, you better eat your Wheaties. Not in the morning before the
None of that.
game.
Without being touched or rubbed up against.
none of
you know
that.
what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey,
None of that.
you going to set a screen on me? After that first one, I bet you'll think about the next couple.
None of
Because I'm
that.
going to try to run through your chest.
It's all about that
That's
heart.
fine. You ain't running through me.
And that's
Oh,
why
I look forward to
I was
that.
saying that
That's
earlier
fine.
in the
Come on.
season.
I can't
Oklahoma
wait.
drill.
You gotta have
Yeah,
heart.
that's fine.
Hey man, I don't see nobody in this room running through Mimms. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Mills,
tried.
what position you play? You play football, man. What position did you play in football?
Running back.
Take the challenge.
Running back.
Take the challenge.
Mims
man.
played a running back.
Man, that dude is a wall.
I'm not standing in front of Mims, and I'm not trying to run through Mims. I'm not trying to get hurt at all. Okay, I'm just
Nobody trying to get hurt. I feel you.
I'm not trying to get hurt at all. So so my player position, I'm out there like a wide receiver doing moves, and you know what I'm saying, that's my position because I ain't trying to get hurt.
Hey,
but yeah,
Kind of quiet over there.
we gotta accept
Jamil.
teams at this
Hold on,
point.
we gotta accept the
Hold
physical.
on for a second, man.
Can we rank the
Rank
teams?
the teams right
Can we rank the teams?
Can we rank the teams right now?
There we go.
You're definitely not about to get concurrence.
Okay.
Can we rank the teams?
Look, man.
All right.
I can-
I don't mind if you put yourself at the top,
Yeah,
but you got to keep it
Where
running.
you feel like you at?
Let's start with Jamil. Jamil, this is from your perspective. If we got what, 6 teams, right?
Yeah.
How would you rank the teams right now? How would you rank the
You
teams?
can rank all 16.
Yeah. You don't have the GMs rank the teams. How would you rank the team? And where's your team on that?
Of course, my team's gonna be one.
Your team's first? You rank your team first?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll go
Team Abdullah.
Arnold.
Team Abdullah, Arnold.
What's the question?
How are we ranking
Ranking the
teams? The
teams.
GMs are ranking based on. Because when we first started, everybody had a ranking. It was pretty much we knew who was going to be tough, who was going to be
Yeah,
last.
and please, and look, keep us at 6, man. We'll stay at 6.
Nah, y'all definitely not
No, I
at
have
6
y'all
right now.
third. Then you got who else? Pittman's team.
They fourth.
Nah, you can put me last.
No, it'd be.
You feel like I'm last.
Pittman, Noah, Enrico left.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I haven't played Noah's team yet.
They clicking at the right time.
Yeah.
They clicking at the right time.
Does one game count for clicking though?
No, it does not.
Oh,
It doesn't. Sorry.
it really doesn't, but it's at the right time because they win again.
They gotta go.
So you got
They got
Abdullah.
one, too.
You got Abdullah, number 1. Arnold second. Pat's third.
Mm-hmm.
Pitt's fourth.
Pitt.
Who's
Rico,
fifth? Rico and Noah.
then Noah.
Okay. All right, Noah. What's your ranking?
So I'm just gonna go by
You better put you better put your team first.
that doesn't matter. The
Thank
time
you,
for
Noah.
the time for
I love it, Noah. That's what I'm talking about, Noah.
the guessing is preseason rankings when they
Right.
project where people's gonna
Right.
be.
Right.
I mean, we'll just go straight by the records.
Okay.
Team Arnold,
Is
then
one?
then Team Williams, and then
Jamil.
oh yeah, and then they're 2-1 too. Okay, so I'll put them and then Team Williams, and then
You can't put them in front of us.
Dude, it's his ranking.
Hey, Donnie. Let him.
all the 2-1 teams. Y'all 1A, 1B, and 1C then,
Let 'em.
and then
We're ahead of them.
and then let's see who's left. That's 1 and 2.
That stuff don't even bother me, man.
Rico,
means
Pittman,
nothing.
and then us.
Okay.
So you guys, you feel like y'all 6 right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just going
All
by
right,
straight by the records.
got
That's it.
Pitt, what's your ranking, man? Rico put his on there, so we'll read that off for him.
So, to be honest, I guess to an extent, I'd be a little bit like Noah just in terms of it's rankings. I mean, everybody got a
Right.
record right now. It is what it is.
Right.
I more so look at it as in like who does my team match up best with,
Okay.
which that's why I throw my record out right now. To be honest, I don't particularly care that much about at this stage. I'm ready to send boys home, which is which really matters to me. So I think before you had got here, I said I only wanted to play. I only agreed for the 4th game because I was hoping it was going to be against him.
Yeah.
So I don't. I mean, I just go by the standings. You got 3 people at the top, 3 at the bottom.
Well, just to go on record, we ain't dodging.
Oh, you call it what you want.
That's what I ain't gonna call.
Hey,
Pat.
call it what you want. Just Green's making it tough for y'all. Tough.
Pat, what's your ranking, man?
Man, you asking the wrong person, man, because I really don't care, honestly. I mean, it's all about playing the games, man, period. Like, all this talking and stuff, I could care less about. I mean, it's fun, it's good banter, having fun, but I'm more about playing. You can put us first, you can put us last, I don't care, period. I mean, but I will say this, like, all 6 teams are good, though. Mm-hmm. Every last team is good. So, I mean, this is my 2nd year playing, and I don't know if it was more competitive this year than last year, but kind of seems like it might be a little bit more competitive this go than, the last one. I mean, but I will say this though. I think Noah's team should have won more games. Green is wild.
Yeah, we had a lot of troubles at the beginning.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, man, that's 100% my fault because we kind of went out there just rolling the balls out there, and we had guys playing, not out of position like point guard, shooting guard, but out of position to where they could be effective.
Right.
So once we actually had some dialogue and got guys in their spots, quote unquote, then that makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. Let's read off Rico's top 6. Yeah.
Nah, just scoot up to it, Lord.
Yeah, I'm representing Team Arnold, man. So of course, I think we're number 1, for sure. Going to number 2, and this might be a shocker, man, but I'm gonna roll with Pittman in number 2.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I just respect his game that much. I played with Pittman before, and he took us to the chip. You know what I mean? Like Dolo. You hear me? So I just respect his game like that.
Okay.
I haven't played Jamil yet to understand where they at. On paperwork, in visual, they looking good, but I haven't played them yet to kind of like judge where they're at. But right now, I will put them at 3.
Y'all gonna play them tomorrow, first game?
Yeah, we'll play them tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be able to. We'll still be number 1, but I'll be able to rank them better. Maybe they'll be number 5 instead of number 3 right now.
Okay.
I just haven't played them yet to see where we at. So I got them at 3. And it's, you guys might say it's crazy, but Rico, I mean, they're losing, and he's bringing subs, but I just think if he brought the Rico game out that I know he had, I think they'd be performing a lot better. I told him last week, you're losing because of you. You know what I mean? Not because of you, Ray, because of Rico himself.
Right.
I'm telling him, you're losing your games because you're not doing everything you need to be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if Rico was to perform, then it'd be 4. Pat and Donnie and them would be 5. Noah, your team would be 6.
Right.
That's how I got it right now.
Okay. Read off Noah's. You have Noah's. I mean, not Noah's. Rico. I'm sorry.
Rico said his team is first. Then Team Arnold is number 2. Jamil's team is 3rd.
So you got them 3rd.
Team Pat is 4th. Noah's team is 5th, and Pittman is last.
Okay.
I don't understand why they did that. I don't know why they think
Everybody got it.
the team, boy.
Everybody, it is interesting. You know what I'm saying? And I like it.
The thing about
I like
the
it.
team, not the individual. Pittman got game. I ain't gonna take it. Pittman got game. I ain't gonna take it away from him. But at the same time, you gotta get on that court, and that clock gotta tick, and everybody gotta play.
There it
That's
is.
the bottom line.
I mean, that's what it's all about, bro. I mean,
Yeah. You what?
you go ahead.
No. What I was gonna say is you don't have to tell us how you're gonna figure this out, but you know we got one more game, right? Okay. After this weekend, the deciding factor on how the playoffs is ran is done, right?
Yep.
How is that normally determined? This is my first time playing in the league. You know, I love how this is all developing and stuff, and it's really competitive and it's staying pretty interesting. But some things could change tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Some records gonna be maybe it could be a lot of records that look similar tomorrow. You know, how do you go into figuring that out?
So before you answer, because I want to touch on that because it is. I mean, the reality. That's why there's 2 games that there's only a couple games that really matter that much tomorrow because the way the seeding is. And after I thought about it to the first broadcast, I'm actually okay with where my team shook out because I'm kind of glad I'm not going to be in one of the first 2 seeds because I don't want to sit a week. Just to be honest, I want to play. So after I thought about it, I was like, shoot, we may get if that happens, we're going to get a bye. So I'm like, oh, now I already know for a fact we don't have a bye. So I'm good. We get to keep playing, which I prefer to keep playing.
Right.
Because that's like 2 whole weeks off. Because not like in the league where you play every other day. Like, you know, and I don't know how often other guys play where this could be their only time playing. So I'd rather keep going. But when you look at the breakdown, the winner of the first game tomorrow, that's the number 1 overall seed. That's already set.
No.
Well, let me. All right, you're right. Hold on.
Because they win.
Well, so if the number of because it doesn't really matter that much because here's how it will work out. Not the number 1 seed because it really don't matter much. They are the number 1 or the number 2. So the winner of that first game tomorrow automatically gets a bye because they'd be one of the only teams left in 3-1. Now the kicker comes in that last game when it's Noah versus Pat because if Noah beats Pat, then there's like 4 teams that are going to be 2-2. So I do want to know. To your question is, if that was to happen, what's going to be the breakup of the 2-2? What does it go? Head to head?
Right.
Score differential?
So,
how does that work?
So you rank after this week. You rank all 6 teams with the highest seed to win gets the bye. So you'll go to record, head to head, and then point spreads. Like we kind of, I think it was out like that. Yeah.
So
does one team get a bye?
Minus take the first week out. Take the first week out, and then it'll be point spread from here moving forward.
Hold on.
We can't do the first week because the scores can get written down, so we can't use those. I hate to say that, but you know, it's just the truth.
That throws things, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
because that was a huge win for my team.
It was.
So
but it won't
totally thrown out.
But it won't affect ours because our records would never,
canceled out our big loss.
It won't. But it won't affect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still playing in one of the first 2 games, so I mean, it ain't a big deal.
Yeah, so
it just may affect who I would play in the first game.
Yeah.
So it does matter, but I ain't tripping. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like you said,
everybody play first week.
Everybody plays the first week.
Everybody plays first week.
Everybody.
That's 2 people out of bye.
No, everybody plays the first week. 1 plays 6.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
2 plays 5. 3 and 4 play against each other.
Oh, it's the following week.
So amongst that, so say for example,
I forgot it was like.
the highest seed to advance during the ranking, everybody plays the first week. So whoever the highest seed to win during the tournament the first week gets the bye. So the highest seed to advance gets the bye. So
Okay.
So if 1 beats 6,
one
and
gets
then
the bye.
and then 5 beats 2, but 3 beat 4, then 3 beats 4.
Whoever has the highest
That's the bye.
seed
Yeah.
to win advances gets the bye.
'Cause it'd be 3 teams.
Okay.
So
Okay.
speaking
that-
of what you said about the break, the 2 week thing, I've been in both where I got the bye 1 year and got to the ship and we lost.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I did it both ways. It does play a little bit of difference. Like, you know, that is 2 weeks. So it depends. But our squad, I think, is pretty committed, and we don't miss games. Like, so we starting to really get our chemistry. So I don't think it'd be a big problem for us if we were to advance, you know what I'm saying, and get the bye. So I ain't looking past Jamil's squad by any means.
By any means.
By any means. Like, you know, the one game I thought, just from on paper, I thought, you know, Pittman was going to have some issues with up and down, but it turned out they didn't. I thought Rico's team, starting off on paper, I thought maybe they may have been the strongest team. But, you know, they going through some things. So you got to play the games out, like Mimms said. You got to get on the court, play the games out. So
Right. Right. It's going to be fun, man. You know, overall, like I said, I think this is a really competitive league. You know, those on the outside looking in, they have no idea. You know, it gets real on them courts. You know what I'm saying? And the competition is there. You know, I'm looking forward to the matchup that we got this week, playing my guy right here, you know, Pat P. Wills. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be fun. You know,
drop
also,
30 on that nigga, on that brother. You gonna drop 30 on him? I want to hear it now,
I'm
man.
not foretelling anything. We just going to go out there and
That's what I
play,
was like,
man.
that's what I'm saying, man. I want boys in this league, man, to talk about it, man. You feel like you gonna put 30 on your man.
As long as they don't think it's
Look,
I be needing.
I can't speak
Thanks,
like
Rico.
that because I know what they can do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not foretelling anything because I seen them first 2 games. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a situation where they lost the first 2 games, then they meet us, and then I'm like, you know, if there was the case, then I'm like, hey, I might put up 20, 25. You know, I don't know. I really don't know how the game's gonna play out tomorrow.
Nah, see, that's
you know what I'm
being
saying?
humble, man, because you averaging 20 something. So I'm just saying, against your mans, how you gonna get your average? I mean, that's what I'm saying, man.
All I know is that we need to win tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I know
How you
is we
feel,
need to
man? What you
win.
think,
So if
man?
I gotta put up 30, or if Noah gotta put up 30,
As long as they don't think it's sweet. That's all
exactly.
I-
We gonna
that's all I
fight
care
for that
about.
one. So that's all I know.
I'm not playing my matchup.
Period.
Every week.
Every
man,
week.
That's the goal.
Hey,
That's our
I'm not
5
playing
players
no matchup.
outplay
Listen,
y'all
man.
5 players every week.
For sure.
I mean, like I said, all 6 teams are good. So, you know, I mean, you can't take any team lightly. I mean, I don't care what the ranking is, what the record is, doesn't matter. I mean, but I will say this, you know, we're going to play hard, and we will compete. I mean, I guarantee that. Like that,
They ain't gonna give you.
like that's a guarantee.
Yeah. We really act like this is the NBA.
They ain't gonna give you.
And we
Nah,
got,
bro,
we got pauses and stuff.
I
Talking how you talking, man.
Hey, man.
Because man, I don't talk like that.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
can
know, I
tell
rather just
you,
play.
I ain't no talker. I'm a walker. So you want to see what I got to say? Show up when my team on the court.
Oh, we know what Donnie gonna do. Donnie gonna get 17, 18. Man, Donnie's been the most consistent player on
Bro.
his team. You know what I'm saying? We know that. You know what I mean? I mean, Green had 4 points last week, so that's not consistent. You know what I mean?
That was the real.
Montgomery had
That was the
8.
real him.
You know what I mean? Pat been doing like 12,
Hey man, my
13.
man had a bad game.
You know?
No, he had a real game.
He had a bad game.
He might have. I mean, but the game plan going in is
Right.
that we said we keeping guys in certain areas.
Right.
Like, y'all, this is where his points and rebounds are going to be.
That's it.
Right.
You know, and I know everybody else is doing that. You know, no secret. I know Mimms is in the gym. I know Pittman and Noah are in the gym.
Pat's
so
in the gym at like
everybody's in the gym. So
Right.
shit, I'm trying to train. I'm training and game planning for 40 minutes of strategic basketball to keep a guy in a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we said, hey man, we're gonna keep Montgomery under this, and his rebounds are gonna be here.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank.
Point blank.
You know what I'm saying? Week before, we wanted Porter to get X amount of shots. We wanted Porter to get X amount of shots and attempts.
Yep.
We was able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's not hard.
And we doing this without really chatting.
Shout out Porter though,
You know
man.
what
That's
I'm
my
saying?
man.
nah, it wasn't a knock on Porter.
Yeah.
It's just that we just game plan for him a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody in their chat, what you gonna do with
Right.
Zone?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
how we gonna
14
defend
on us.
Rose?
Right.
Right.
Which-
How we gonna get Pittman? Pittman can have 50, but ain't nobody else getting shit.
I'm guarding E Rose tomorrow. I'm putting it on the record. I'm guarding E Rose tomorrow. Rhodes, get it together. Get your boots on. Hey, I'm coming to see you the ball, Rhodes. Let me catch your rebounds for you and all that. Let's go.
Hey, Love had 2 shots
man,
where he came
dude.
in. But he got to be drunk.
Like, man, hey, Love can defend though.
That's it.
Hey, Love,
That's
like you said earlier, he used to playing against me. This one few now we playing together, so it's a different. I know Love can defend,
That's
so.
it. And Rose does too. That's why I'm saying it. Cause I
So you want to be in foul trouble?
No, I mean I
First
don't
3
do
minutes
that.
of the game, what you
I don't
saying.
do that, man. You know,
But you
Rose
wanna
is gonna
be.
get his 17 and 15. He gonna get that. I'm not gonna stop him from doing
That's
that.
what you're supposed to do. You
that's
want
a
to
lot.
stop him from doing that.
But-
That's a
but
whole
it's-
lot there, dude.
hey,
17
Hey,
and 15 is a
E
lot.
Rose, you hear this, baby?
I'm telling you, if you shoot him 6
Hey, Love has lost
I'm
his
with it.
mind,
You see what I'm
man.
saying? Like it's how you get your points. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys that got a lot of points, but I call them garbage points. You're getting blown out by 20.
E
or
Rose
you
about to
even
have
wanna score.
50
You see
tomorrow.
what
If
I'm
that's the
saying?
case, you gonna guard him.
Now look,
You
now,
guard him real.
Lil, now don't do that, cause I'm the defensive MVP, and E Rose knows that, and I'm putting it on live. Gray area. I'm shutting it out there. We beating y'all by a dub tomorrow. Peace.
Wow.
So y'all gonna beat us by a dub, and you guard E
Baby,
Rose.
I'm set. We beat them by a dub tomorrow. Dude,
So
you
you
ready?
gonna beat us by a dub, and you gonna guard E Rose.
And I'm going Rose. Duke self check. Pooh gonna be drunk. Gary gonna be. I got it all under control already.
Hey man, you better call Pooh, man.
All right, talk to Pooh. He's good.
Pooh, tell him to sit it down. It's gonna be like on flight. It's gonna be like on flight at the end of the movie, boy. He gonna get in that chest in the hotel. He gonna drink.
Oh, man.
He gonna drink the whole liquor cabinet.
He's been cool the last 2 games, man. He's averaging 18 the last 2 games.
Matchup wise,
Pooh balling, man.
matchup wise,
Pooh balling, man.
if I was looking at it matchup wise, it does tilt. Just matchup wise, I think it tilts more towards Arnold. It just does.
Yeah.
We gonna do
And
it.
I don't look at it more so from the top. I look at it more from the
All
bottom.
5 positions. That's what you got to go for.
I think their bottom
It's better than every other bottom.
is better than his bottom.
Yeah.
That's just how I see
That's
it.
it.
Let's do this. And we're gonna close out here. Let's do this. Don't pick the team that you're playing. Don't talk on that. Look at the other 2 teams that's playing, and we're gonna start with Jamil. Look at the other 2 teams that's playing. Who do you predict win from those teams?
The other 2 games.
Give me
The other 2 games, not the game you playing. The game that the other 2 are playing.
Who's playing? You,
We're playing Team Pat,
Team Pat and Team Noah
and
playing.
I don't know who.
I'm going with Team Pat.
Okay. And then for the other team,
Me and Rico.
I'm going with Team Pittman.
okay, there it is. Noah.
In the 1 o'clock joint, I'm gonna go with Team Arnold, and in the 3 o'clock game, I'm gonna no, that's our game. My bad. I'm gonna go with Team Pittman.
Okay. Love.
I'm going with Noah and Rico.
Okay. Sully.
I'm going with Pat and who's in Rico's in the last one.
Depending on who Rico
Yeah,
subs.
it depends who coming. Man.
That's for
That's a big factor.
Rico, who you bringing, man?
It depends who, and then is Rush, as far as I know, Rush is playing tomorrow. So so as far as I know, he's playing per
Have that by now. We
per-
2 hours.
per
Plenty
game.
of bite though. Y'all got to. I ain't got no group chat with my team. We see each other on Sunday when we show up.
That's how it be.
I don't even got Russian
And that's how you
phone
lose. And that's how
Pat,
you
and then
lose.
Rico. I don't know, man. I think Team Pittman. I think Rico got internal problems. It depends.
Who is Rico's team now?
They had a good team session this week. Some good phone conversations. It just depends. But right now, chemistry wise, I would think Pittman and them maybe pull it together. I'm waiting to see if Pittman and the Chapman thing is going to work.
Messed out,
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I think if they get it going, it could be dangerous.
Dangerous.
They get it going.
Okay.
I don't think it ain't been worked out yet though.
Okay.
It might need feel.
I think-
They might need
Okay.
to run a triangle or something, man.
Chapman
You know what I'm
hurt.
saying?
I think that's the reason why he's not being able to be explosive. The guy that the Chapman never used to seeing. He's not.
He was
that
playing
person.
pretty tough though.
Euro step this.
Yeah.
this spring.
Okay.
He's been hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he
Mimms,
hurt his groin.
who you got for the wins on the other team?
Yeah, man, you said because I'm not gonna say it.
I got Team Abdullah, and I
What's
got
Abdullah?
Team Pittman.
I know that.
Okay. Pitt,
What's his last name?
who you calling for the other two teams, man?
So again, I called the first one already. I am impressed with Jamil's team. They're doing better than I thought they were going to be doing. But I think the matchup there at the bottom, all the way down, I think Team Arnold, I would think should be able to get them.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it on for that last game between y'all team and Team Pat. I'm gonna say the X factor is 100% Ray. If Ray has a good game, then it tilts to Team Douglas. If you don't have a good game, they're gonna beat y'all.
That's fair.
real.
That's fair.
I mean, but I feel that, but y'all got a lot of clutch shots from Dre, man. Dre hit some big trades.
Yeah.
So,
He hit a
Right.
couple, but he hit a ton.
Hey, listen,
He
man.
hit a ton. He was hot.
Hey.
That's what I said. If he don't have a good game, yeah, they're gonna lose. And I'll say, matter of fact, I'll put it like this: the rest of this session, you're the constant X factor, because everybody already knows what they're gonna get from the rest of your team.
Yeah.
Noah's gonna get his. The other guy's gonna get him. But Noah got you first because you have to score.
What we talking about?
Absolutely.
So no, I mean, I've talked about that game and then I took it going forward. But yeah, for your team to win,
talked to him.
if you don't score, because I'll tell you,
Okay.
when we played y'all, I didn't anticipate you hitting that many shots. Otherwise, probably it would have been a little bit different. Because we're going to focus on Noah. Let the rest of them shoot.
Right. Right. Yeah, I had a lot. I was open a lot.
Sure was.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
nah, man, Ray-
yes, he was, though, because after a while,
They can go though.
That's them adjustments.
No,
Ray can play, though.
after a while,
Yeah.
the adjustments we talked about, they weren't executed because it was, hey, we got to get him there.
Right.
We got
Right.
the one guy we need to find is Ray,
Yeah.
but
Right.
somehow that one guy that kept being open was Ray. I'm like, nah, just because he hitting, I don't care if the rest of them hit. See, that's the big thing about it with the strategy. Like everyone's got to thoroughly execute it. Because
Right.
you may say, leave this person open, but your natural mentality is maybe after that one person hits one or two, then everybody's like, nah, he hitting. We need to go guard him.
Right.
Where when you really think of from basketball strategy, no, that doesn't matter. I don't care how many that person hits. That's what we want. That person hitting, let them keep hitting.
Right.
And to be honest, I'll tell you, my team and myself included, we haven't made them adjustments properly.
Okay.
You know, like one person may hit a shot or two, and then I'm like, it's okay, leave them. But then we start running to them, and then now you get scrambled. That's
Right.
where we got thrown off. I'll be honest, that was our downfall against Jamil's team. We started off like that, and everything just started going downhill. The guys that we left open was hitting, so then people felt like we needed to be guarding them. Then we started missing shots. We started getting in one another, getting into our heads, and it just went downhill.
Right.
Hey, when it rains, it pours.
Right.
And that's what happened.
For sure. There's three people that I played so far. I can't speak for the teams that I haven't played yet, but out of all the teams that I played, all the GMs have lived up to who they were supposed to be. I can say that. We played, I think we played Arnold's team, and we played Pitt's team, and we played Rico's team, and they all flourished, greatly in those leagues. And I took that in consideration. You know what I'm saying?
Can you score 30 points every game out to finish the season out? I mean, that's
Yeah.
some big shoes to finish.
No, he can. I mean, I'll answer that for him. I mean, he can.
The thing is
He can play, man.
we
We know he can play,
I'm saying he can play, bro. He,
when we have a
30 a game for the rest of the way.
I'm not saying 30, but what Sultan's saying is legit. So you were the one unknown for me coming in because I had never saw you play. But then even in mixed play, remember I said when we played you, I said, I've never played with you. I've never played against you.
Right.
And normally, I don't always stay, so I didn't really know much. I had to maybe see a couple games, like the beginning of it. You hit a 3 or 2 there, and then I leave. So I'm like, I really don't know what he could do. So I'm like, oh, he was hooping against us. So I really am. I'm curious to see, if that's going to be the turning point for you going forward.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or not.
I found a way. I found a way for us to play well together, and it was really just us figuring out what everybody was supposed to do. That was the problem with our first 2 games is that nobody knew who the point guard was bringing the ball down. We didn't realize that Dre was getting a little bit tired on the stretch, on the press, and all that. But Dre is
Shout out to Dre.
Dre is a good set shooter. So
Shout
when
out
you
to
put
Dre,
him in a
man.
position to be just that, he does well at that. And we don't have a true point guard.
He
So
wants it, man.
I can, and Noah speak for this because he picked me for this because I could dribble a little bit. I can bring the ball down and do well enough to distribute that ball to the wings or to Noah, with my height and with my, my skill set. So we was able to work on that. The whole thing is like, let's spread the floor and let's breathe a little bit. Let's put each other in position to do what we do best. Perez is a great rebounder. Noah is a great scorer and rebounder. If you put them down low, you can't lose. You keep Dre up on the side, and you keep the Eddie outside. Everybody did what they were supposed to do, and we just continue to do that. Now, if we can do that, to answer everybody's question, if we could continue to play like that, yes, we can probably win, and we can continue to put people in position to score like they need to. So
and see, that's why when we asked that question earlier in terms of where do you feel everybody falls right now, and I said I'm not really that worried about it right now because there are some people who think these records is sweet, like Charles Green, who's obviously never been there before. We got 2 wins, and like some people are I feel like it's a short season, so you're still really trying to fill one another out. So like, even like how y'all talk about like with my team, like Chat wasn't there the first game, so we've played 2 games together now, and like I said, he hasn't been fully healthy. Sometimes you got to get a moment to gel. Like me and KK started clicking again last game. So like how I look at it as in, regardless, so at this point, because again it don't matter that much, but what the outcome is right now, I'm just looking for different things throughout the game.
Right.
That I'm gonna focus on when it matters.
Right. So you're looking for a strategic flaw in the other team.
I'm just trying to. Now I'm getting the feel back from my team. All right, this is where we're gonna be when the time comes. Because I found some good things throughout each game we've played. Like, okay, we're gonna use that again.
Right. Yeah. I did that against us a few times. That roll off of KK.
There's some adjustments that, regardless how the game is going right now,
right,
I'm not gonna make them.
Right.
I'm gonna wait until when it really matters, and then I'm gonna say, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Because some of the things we talked about, I'm like, we'll save that.
Right. It's hard to gauge. I mean, and that's what I like about this league is it's hard to look at the team that you've never played before, and it's hard to say what you're going to do against that team. It's not until you get on the floor and start matching up with people and start figuring out who's doing what until you can really make some adjustments. But strategically, if you know your team, like we know our team after 2 games, we know what people can do and what they can't do. So we just decided that you do that. So now is the time where no team has an excuse. We've all played enough games to know what the players on our team can do. The subs are the other factor. You just don't know what they're going to bring to it. But for the people that are playing, exactly what they're going to do.
Has anybody had their full team all 3 games?
Us.
You had that?
We haven't. We've had well, Eddie, I think the last game was our first time with an official. Like we knew that's the guy that was going to be playing with us. So. But other than that, man, this is good stuff, man. We definitely got to do this again, man. I love the dialogue, man, and the passion. It's great for us to sit in a room and discuss things like this, man. We've done this. What is this, our 4th podcast? And we have people tuning in and viewing. Like I said, I got to get the camera to the game. I'm not sure which game it's going to be. It might be this weekend. I don't know. But we got to get a camera out so people can check out what we've been talking about. They hear us to hear the passion, to hear us going at each other's necks, and it's time for them to see the ball on the court. So we might do that here soon. Go ahead, love.
Man, I just before we get out of here, whatever, Ray.
For sure.
I'd like to see the league actually coming around.
Yeah.
We've been doing it. How long you been doing it, Deuce?
08.
But since 08.
Since 08. Wow.
Like you know, it was kind of like it's a dream.
Right.
That we doing it, and not only are we doing it, like I'm wearing YCP Global. You know what I mean? I'm drinking tea.
Absolutely.
Tea from Duke.
Absolutely.
And this is what the league was for. It's like for as black men to be able to use each other resources to you know to make a positive movement forward, not just but as a group but individually.
Right.
Like so through this league, you know, like Simo, one of their teammates, he does my graphics for my album cover. Man, he saved me $100 every time I do it. You know, I'm paying somebody else, and he's like, man, love, I do that. Right. And that's what it's for. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we come here
group economics
to hoop and go against each other and do all that. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we fellowship.
Absolutely.
And we get each other's contacts, and we spending money with one another. You know what I mean? So we can make this black man movement, L.D.E, keep going forward. So with all that said, man, the DVD's out. The league to come by, you know what I'm saying? John put it down. So,
what's the name of it? What's the name of the puppet? What's the name
Black
of it?
Love, Pure Passion Nights. This was the lifestyle edition. It comes with a free passion in the passion, which is burnt down. So I'm probably gonna have a job right now. So the DVD's on sale, $10. Man, everybody bring your money to the game tomorrow. Charge.
Okay. That's what's up, man. And what we want to do, man, is just closing remarks, man. You know, to piggyback off of what Love is saying, man. This
Those
league,
were his closing remarks.
That was his closing remarks. I mean, this league is real, man. And like this is my first time really being a part of it, and I can say that this is great. You know what I'm saying? What you know, you guys have put together and what you guys have been a part of, man. I can't believe I've been missing out on it this long. And I encourage anybody that, you know, wants to be a part of a great fellowship of guys who all are, you know, very savvy entrepreneurs, you know, putting stuff to go, doing well for themselves, and, you know, bring a lot to the table when it comes to not only basketball, but, you know, their outside personal lives. You know, I've learned so much about each guy individually, you know what I'm saying, and what they do off the court, you know, and I think it's amazing. So, you know, we're just going to continue doing this, man. And shout out to L.D.E for putting together a league like this. Shout out to Infinity T. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
You know,
I need one too.
Pretty soon that's going to be in the stores.
You got some more with you, man?
Pay for my product, I'm loaded.
Yeah, that's going to be in the
I need some of
stores.
that.
Get with L.D.E to get some of that Infinity T. You know, we'll do closing remarks, and Duke, you can speak on what you got going on with the Infinity T in the league and stuff. So we'll just close out like that.
If he wants to.
Jamil, man, you know, in closing remarks, we just close out by saying our last thing. You know what I'm saying? That could be toward the league or toward the viewers.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah.
I enjoy this league. You know, I mean, majority of us have known each other since we were little. So you know, this is great to see all of these guys. Most of them are still best friends to this day.
Yeah.
Doing good, still healthy, have families. You know, living life. I mean, because a lot of people we grew up with, they
didn't make it,
or they locked up. So this is a beautiful thing, man. Outside of that, you know, good luck to everybody tomorrow. A-Love said he's going to shut down E Rose and beat us by 20, so let that marinate for us tonight.
Man, he said stamp it.
Put a stamp on that, too. Whew. So when we beat them, go ahead and buy his DVD, and I'm out.
Team Noah.
I also enjoy this league a lot. This is my third season playing the L.D.E. And I do enjoy it. I like that, you know, that everybody's pretty competitive. It's a family atmosphere. So it's nice to be a part of, because there's a lot of these guys that I haven't known for years like everybody else did. But, you know, once they brought me on, you know, they welcomed me. You know, got to know guys over the last, 3 or 4 years, and it's been great. So, I hope, I stay healthy so I can keep playing for years to come. So,
absolutely. Yeah. Maybe start doing this twice a year, Ali.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of people. You're gonna have a lot of people coming at you about the next league.
Yeah.
Twice a year.
Yeah, we used to do it twice a year, man. But I mean, everything is a work in progress, man. Shout out to the Gray Area, man.
Appreciate
Love
it.
the platform.
Appreciate it, family.
The voice of the people now, man. That's what I like to call y'all, man. It's platform.
Appreciate that.
Sure.
like Jamil said, me and Jamil kind of grew up like brothers, man, because our fathers were real tight, man. So we still rocking, you know, teaching my kids how to fish and different things like that, man. So that family piece is real vital. Like what Love spoke on, you know, earlier, Love and Mimms, those guys were there when we were ground level. When we were putting this thing together. And that entrepreneur piece, that group economic piece is really starting to come out right now amongst us, man. That's so important. And we had a very successful workshop, the nutrition workshop, man. And to me, the league can end today, and I think it would be a success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Able to touch a few people. I know Jamil converted to, now he's a vegan.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we keep supporting. I know E Rose, by some of that info, and I thought it would be life-changing to certain people, man, and it turned out to be just that. So the games, the hooping is great, man. I love it. Everybody here, especially, you know, people, Mimms, Pitt been rocking with us for years, man. Been the same old Pitt. Consistent, professional, man. I ain't never he never had no beefs about no bread, nothing like that, man. So stand-up guys, man, is what make this thing move. I know we're going to start talking about what's coming in the future. How do we expand? How we make this better?
Sure.
So that's coming down the pipe. But good luck to everybody tomorrow. It is on, as far as that's concerned, man. Hopefully everybody take care of their bodies. I know just from speaking around the league, we got a lot of guys nicked up and banged up. Take care of your bodies, man, and do what you got to do so we can finish this thing out strong.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mimms.
I take this time to come in on a different direction. We talk about physical health. I'm going to speak just a hot second about mental health. You know, mental health issues is real in society, no matter what your background is, what your ethnicity, your race. You know, mental health is real. And if you know someone that is having mental health issues, speak with them and try to get them to seek some help, because it's real. There's no shame to asking for help. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm where I'm at, you know, in leading my family because of help, because my wife helps me, because my friend has, you know, set me up with a job, because I've got help, is my point. It is okay to ask for help if you need help. Please ask for help, because there's no reason why you should be where you are when you can be further than where you are. So if you need some help, please don't be ashamed to ask for some help, because it's people like me that have experience to help you.
There it is. That's what's up. Pitt.
So, you know, I tell you, to be honest, I don't look at it so much from the basketball aspect of it. Just to keep it real, like, obviously most people know I play in a lot of different leagues around the city. You know, I'm used to playing with a certain level of competition, and not saying that. I mean, this league doesn't always match up to that, but it's the intangibles about this league that it literally means a lot to me. It's hard for me to actually talk about without getting emotional, because
For sure.
My best friend brought me in this league.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Ben Winters.
Wow. Ben Winters.
And I've continued to play in this league as an honor to Ben. I still stay in his kid's life I've made some promises and commitments to Ben when he passed.
Absolutely.
And he got me in this league.
Right.
He introduced me to all these fellas. I brought Noah in.
Yeah.
The fellowship here, it literally is. It's like, it's a legit family.
Like brothers.
And I remember, I'll never forget the session when, that's the session where I really went to another level when we put them jerseys on that had Ben's name on it.
Wow.
It was a given. There was no way I wasn't gonna win.
Right.
With Ben's name on my jersey.
Absolutely.
And every session we played with that jersey, I won it.
That's incredible.
And I made sure it wouldn't be close.
Right.
But no, I tell you, it just, you know, when I come in here, you know, there's certain things that I would never probably do with other people, but it's just that fellowship, that closeness.
Yeah.
You know, I may play a certain role just because I feel like that helps build the league up and the competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I do. But anyone who knows me knows that, you know, typically that villain role is not normally the role that I'm gonna play.
Right.
But I feel like that helps this league in terms of the competition. It makes people bring out the best of them. But, you know, and I'll be the first to admit, I haven't been probably as involved with, you know, some of the other things that's going on with the league that, you know, that I probably should and need to be more involved with, and I have no problem doing that. But, you know, for anyone watching this or anyone who's heard about the league, you know, I know basketball may be the main outlet that people think about, but just know that it's more than just a basketball in a court.
Absolutely.
That's not what it's all about. I would commend anyone just to come out there and just check it out and watch the fellowship that individuals have.
Yeah.
You know, like normally I'm that type of guy that if I was to lose a game, I'm so competitive that I don't want to talk to no one after that game.
Right.
I'm out. But with here, it's kind of like, you know, like when you go home to your family and your kids, you can't take it out on them.
Right.
And I look at it the same way, even though these are the same guys I'm competing about. I feel like every one of these guys is like part of my family.
Absolutely.
So after the game, I'm not going to turn around and be snapping on them because maybe I didn't perform the way I wanted to, because in reality, it's just a game, and I look at everybody here as my family.
Absolutely. That's real talk, man. Appreciate that, man. That's love. Straight from the heart.
Wow, man.
Two wheels.
Shout out to being winners, man.
Yeah, being winners.
RIP to the brother Ben.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man, to him. I mean, you know, I didn't meet him, but I mean, I could tell that. I mean, he meant a lot to y'all.
Good guy. Sounds like.
You know, especially Pitt. You know, and he brought, you know, another great guy in, you know, Noah. I mean, I'm super competitive. You know, I don't talk much, man. But in this league, I mean, it's obviously bigger than basketball, man. Which is what, you know, I keep saying every week. Like, it's bigger than basketball. And this might sound weird, but as competitive as I am, I want everyone to win because I view everyone as brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is like one of the only leagues that I've ever played in where even if you're not playing, I mean, you're still watching the other games and you're cheering. And you're like, hey, man, look, you know, y'all should do this. And then because you want to see people do well, man. And, you know, I'm glad that, you know, you asked me, man, to be a part of it. You know, last session, you know, it's fun. It's fun now. I told him, you know, I'm glad that he's in it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it just, you know, it's a brotherhood, man. And, you know, it's, you know, something that I would love to bring my kids, you know, around and just be a part of something, you know, and to really see positive black men do something, man. You know, that's a big thing, man, to me. You know, because there's too much negative crap out there, you know, and we are, you know, as you know, portrayed in a totally different light. So it's rare to just, you know, have 30 brothers, man, that are actually doing something that are all positive, man, that are, you know, just all want the best for people, man. And so, you know, I mean, it's bigger than basketball, man, for me. And, you know, as long as you keep the league going, you know, I'll be a part of it, period.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, love.
We do got a lot of newcomers this session.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to rank the newcomers? Like who's the best newcomer?
Next show.
Okay.
Next show.
I'm gonna do the next show.
Oh yeah, that's
We'll be in
I just thought about it just there. I said, you do that. Ray do, Perez do, Cam do.
yeah, that's definitely you know, we're definitely gonna have another one. This is great stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was gonna say.
Man, shout out to sweatsuits.
Man, that's the first thing that came to my mind is that the gear that you get in this league, you know, in a lot of leagues, you pay a lot of leagues. You know, leagues $300-$400. You know what I'm saying, per team. You know, in this league, it's 5-on-5. You pay a nice little amount of money, but you get. I mean, the jerseys are fresh to death. Right. You know, Mimms brought the gear. The logo is nice. Man, I can't say enough. This is a very professional league.
Absolutely. I just wanted to speak on that, 'cause I know I've talked to some other people, and they're like, they speak about the money aspect of the league.
Right.
And they said, you know, you're going to play in a league, it costs that much. But it goes back to like what I said. It's not about, like, they're looking at it as in this money equates to just the basketball.
Right. It's bigger than that.
It's so much bigger than that.
Right.
So when someone asks me, am I going to pay that much? Absolutely. How much more do I have to pay? Like,
right. Absolutely.
It's that's not.
If
what
it was
it's about.
200, I would pay 200. I mean,
that's not what it's about.
Absolutely. What I got from this, man, if I had to pay 200 for this league, I would. Yeah. I mean, you know, the things. No. Yeah, don't hate me. Don't hate me for that. But it really does speak to the quality, of not only the apparel but the people. You know what I'm saying? There are no issues in this league. Everybody gets along. We talk smack, and and then we leave, and it's all love. You know what I'm saying? We come in here and we get down, and then we get back out there on the floor, man. You can't ask for a better league than that. We actually need more leagues like this.
You ain't gonna
You know what I'm saying? No, I know, but if you get big enough and you can start doing this 2 or 3 times a year, you'd be amazed at what this will create, across the athletic arena. You see what I'm saying?
I think you're right. I mean, we got a great brand, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This needs to be mimicked. And if you can, and I'll say this, there's a lot of establishments like Lifetime and a lot of these other organizations that would love for somebody to come in with a league.
Lifetime would.
Yeah.
Lifetime would. No.
At one time they were looking for guys to come in and do that for them, but but that's because the quality of leagues that they've had before are not like this. So again, you get big enough to recreate this and mimic this across the board, you could change some lives. The piece of the infinity tea and eating healthy. Come on, man. This is stuff people pay for. You know what I'm saying? Pay to go in sessions and eat like this. I mean, we had a full course meal, getting to try different things, and that was beautiful. Man, I ain't never look, dude.
Listen, man, I need that salad, bro. I've been asking you that, man, for 2 weeks.
Look, man,
I asked you that, man, for 2 weeks.
Look, I don't eat
salad,
mushrooms. I don't eat mushrooms, man. I ate some fried mushrooms, man, and it tastes just like some meat. You know what I'm saying? I was impressed.
Yeah, man.
Because you know what I'm saying? I don't eat mushrooms.
Me and Jamil were over there tripping. We were like,
originally,
this is
when we
fire.
put it all together,
Right.
That was supposed to be one of the aspects of the program.
Right.
So you got the hooping,
Right.
you got the networking, you got the camaraderie,
Eating healthy, yeah.
and then you got a wellness piece. Like you said,
It's like it's a wellness program. It's a wellness program.
I think that's why we call it that. It's a wellness program, man.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I'm watching a lot of my homies' kids grow up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They bringing them to the gyms. People don't mind bringing they wives. People
Right.
don't mind bringing they children, and they don't have to worry about no nonsense or no riffraff,
Right.
man. The court has always been neutral. We call that's a neutral place, man. So, and it's therapeutic too. I look forward to Saturday, man. Getting out
Absolutely.
there, burning that little hour of steam, and then seeing the fellas and the fellowship, man. So, that part of it is you can't put a price tag on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then this has never been a venture where somebody's gonna get rich. I mean,
Right.
it's just not gonna happen.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen, man. I mean, I dare you to look at the books and you be like, damn.
Oh yeah.
You mean you paid for it?
I can
You know what I'm
tell.
saying? Like,
That's why I appreciate it. I'm like, man, this is a wellness program, and you get so many things with it.
Yeah, you gonna get.
You know what I'm saying? Not only are you hooping with something you love to do, but you get other perks.
And then we'll just pass it along.
Right.
Once we get to a certain point, we'll just give
Right,
it to
right.
the youth, and we'll just keep it moving. Man.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about, man.
Our kids will be playing each other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Same
Man,
league.
pass it
You
to
know what I'm
'em.
Look how
saying?
many kids that have played with us as, in transition through high school that are now have come back, they got their college degrees, they grown. Like, I watched little James Caldwell grow up in front of my eyes, man. He started coming around the league when he was in the 8th grade.
Who's he playing for now?
He plays at Lane in Tennessee.
Okay.
So a kid that knees was knocking together. He was coming around since he was in 8th grade. I know Pittman picked him one year and he won a championship with Pittman. We got Mo Evans. We got a kid that's probably Gary Gold and play professional ball, man. So we've had a lot of different kids that we've worked with within this program or just
Right.
kept around. And you'll notice now, look how many kids are there either being mentored or, we got a few people in mental health in our league that are just coming around and just like to see positive men together.
Absolutely.
They just never seen it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
we'll keep it rocking, man. I appreciate all the brothers that's down, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he mentioned Ben, man. Shout out to Ben Winters and his family. Ben
Ben
was
Winters.
part of the original 20.
Sure was.
The original 20. When we got the uniforms from Western Sporting Goods, you know what I'm saying? And we played in sports of all sorts. And so, love to the Winters family.
R.I.H. to Ben Winters, man. That's man. I don't know the guy, but man, when you have a group of guys that can speak for a man that's no longer here, that speaks volumes. And it also shows you, like, it makes you think, like, what will you leave when you leave this earth? Will people talk about you like that? That's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Will people appreciate you and talk about you like, other people that have passed? I mean, that's commendable. You know what I'm saying? So that's big, man. Shout out. And thanks to the viewers, man. Y'all always
Absolutely.
rocking with us. Y'all may not know what's going on because we got a lot of female viewers, man, and sometimes they just like to tune in and hear the fellas chit chatting and going crazy at each other, and we appreciate that, fellas out there that's listening too. But this is an outlet for people. If they're watching us or tuning in, then we know that they're doing something good. You know what I'm saying? They're not out there on no nonsense, So we appreciate the viewers, and we appreciate all those people who continue to support us. Just keep rocking with us. The gray area is here to stay, and L.D.E is as well. So we'll tune in with y'all next time. Appreciate it.
Peace.